lies. It was just
bullshit. What's the difference?
It wasn't lies. It was
just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit.
Who said liar? I said bullshit artist. And what's the difference? Because I don't lie.
Hello and welcome to No Lies Just Bullshit, the #1 tattoo podcast on planet Earth. My name is Nick Swartz. I'm going to be here for this whole thing. This is episode 406. My man, Chrissy Big Tats, a.k.a. Hoary Booked, a.k.a. Master P. But first, this is the week of Shenandoah Rose. So I'm going to be quick on here. But Alliance Tattoo Supply supports Shenandoah Rose. Alliance Tattoo Supply is sending up all the gear for the fellas to do the tattoos with, you know what I mean? They're sending us setups, they're sending us goodies, they're sending us, extras, and they always support No Lies Just Bullshit. They've been a great friend to Alley Cat Tattoo, and I strongly urge you to go to AllianceTattooSupply.com, pick up some Lineage needles, pick up some other supplies, do the right thing. They're doing the right thing. They're not some huge fucking company that, pairs with Amazon or whatever bullshit. They're just a couple dudes, couple employees making their way in Richmond, Virginia, and we appreciate them. If you're listening to this and you're in driving distance of Harrisonburg, Virginia, this is your chance this week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7, 8, 9. 11 to 11 on Friday, but we're clearing the public out unless you're getting tattooed around 8. 11 to 11 on Saturday, same deal. If you're not getting tattooed, you can hang out in the parking lot. We got tents and tables and chairs and stuff. And then on Sunday, it's 7 to 4. And then a little private event afterwards. But yeah, you should come get tattooed. You should come check out the lineup. You should come check out the shop. You should come check out the food truck, the coffee, whatever's going on, And so for this episode, we talked a fair amount about Shenandoah Rose. And honestly, I needed something to put out. And I was like, well, I'm just going to, since it's right before the Rose, I plan on putting out something about Shenandoah Rose. And I talked to Porter, and he's down for the team. So we were like, yeah, we'll do it. And I thought it was going to be like an hour. Ended up being almost 3. We had a great time. We laughed. We told old stories. We told new stories. And that's my dog. And he will be at Shenandoah Rose posting up. Not only kicking it, but there's a rumor that him and Jake might be doing some 25th anniversary tats, party tats, whatever you want to call them for the event. And just want to say I hope to see you there. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great life. Peace. B, what you want to do? Avery, I guess, has heard story. I don't know if he's ever listened to one, but he goes, I get to see firsthand how stupid you guys get.
Well, I was going to get that one.
Whoa.
That chair. This thing leans forward. I think the base was put on backwards.
Did you put it on?
No. Thanks.
Those two just aren't.
No, they don't have arms. I wanted arms.
Oh, you need arms. That way you can pretend you're a Dr. Evil.
Is it? No, it's Team America when he's like talking to the main character and he just keeps like.
I don't know about that, but it definitely happens in Austin Powers. Is it? You gotta put this here? Is that cool?
I'm a prick. I'm a prick. Everything I've done.
Don't get me started.
Everything I've done.
Don't get me started.
Everything I've done solicits some fucking smart ass comment. Now I'm a prick.
Well, when you sit here waiting for an hour, waiting for somebody who had plans at 6, I told you don't get me started.
Hey, you also said I know what it's like to be married.
I do.
All right.
But anyway, how about a stop? The kid said he was watching an episode of Shop Talk and
in the car.
No. What's his name?
Vito. Oh, Vito.
And
I thought you were saying that Avery was like sitting in traffic with nothing better to do.
Maybe. And he said, I barked at you for being late twice the same day. He said, you just got completely deflated.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that day, but I think you bounced back pretty quick.
Like when we were recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, the problem with them is you're going to click them 45 times.
No, we're good.
You just click them 9 times.
Was that exactly 9?
Exactly what you did. This is the struggle I have, Avery. Y'all can see how stupid we get with all that.
Are we kind of burning while these people are in here?
What people are in here?
The piercing dude.
I don't give a fuck.
Alright, cool. Bet.
What you got there? A little bag of tricks?
A little bag of weed. Some pipe. A little bit of weed. Grinder. I don't have a lighter though.
Kid's got one.
Kid. You a full-time smoker now?
Evidently. Somebody's got to be cool around here. You know what I'm saying? I used to always thank Richie and Jake for smoking. I'd be like, appreciate you guys like keeping it cool around here.
Yeah.
That's looking like a bunch of old dorks. Fucking Porter's wearing eyeglasses and Andy's got on loafers and fucking I wear Crocs to the fucking grocery store. I said, thank God you guys are fucking smoking cigarettes.
I like that out of all of us, like, Andy is the one that, I mean, I know you more than me, but out of all of us, you'll never catch Andy out of Andy gear. Like twice I've seen him in, like, fleece bottoms, flip-flops or socks or slippers.
Have you ever seen him in shorts?
No. I mean,
we were talking about the Shenandoah Rose and the pool party or whatever, and I was like, Andy hasn't worn shorts since 1991. That's not true though. I live with him, but so I've seen him in shorts, but it's more than 15 years ago. We traveled together and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not. That's not how he gets down.
He's not running to the pool.
Not at all.
God, I mean, I've seen him in like night gear, but I've totally come back to a hotel room in a convention. Like, definitely shouldn't have been staying with him. He was having way too much fun. He was furious.
Bro, I put him through years of that one up the street here.
He thought it was done with it, and then he stayed with me a couple times.
And instead of being like, because you know me, like at one point I just said to everybody, hey, I'm not rooming with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't blame you. I didn't blame Josh. I didn't blame Skylar. I just was at one point, I was just like, hey, I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
But Andrew he'd get all worked up and just like bottle it up for a long time and then just burst. Like, you do this, and you do that, and you know? I was like, that's all right. Not only do I not want to be around y'all, but I don't want y'all to be around me. In a hotel room, man? Come on, bro. I got to have my space, man. Fuck all that.
Yeah, I mean, fucking New York. When we went up to New York, that's a prime example of we were in the car for... we were in the Lincoln Tunnel for a little while. So
That's probably the last time I rode with somebody.
Yeah, six and a half hours.
Yeah.
And then we got into the room and we looked at each other and we're like, this is a closet. Where are we going to go? We're not going to stay here.
I was telling Avery about the break room down the street. Was it as big as the utility closet or not quite?
Like 2/3 of the utility closet.
It was little.
If that.
It was just the people that designed it weren't ever going to use it, so it was of no importance to them. You know what I'm saying? Troy and Gris was like, well, they can make copies in here, and they can make stencils in here, and they can put a refrigerator in here, and they can eat, that'll be fine. And it's fucking, like 120 square feet at last.
Yeah, and they could have like walled off the whole back, and we could have had like a nice area.
Could have done any number of things. Any number of things. Anyway, how's it been going? What you doing?
Slinging them things, dude. That's all I do. Tattoo, and then try to give my wife a break so that she doesn't lose her fucking mind. Because Ripley's out of school, so it's just her and him. I come home and it looks like I just walked into the end of a hostage negotiation. Just wound up.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Man, we talked about this before, but my kids are the most laid back motherfuckers. They're so chill. They're not. Remedy gets a little feisty, but I mean nothing like most kids like with my friends. You know what I mean?
I mean, Ripley's very much a product of the two, not only genetically, Becca and I, but very much the environment we live in. Like, I definitely try. I say I try to keep my environment at home calm, but I'm not a calm person.
No.
And so I try to, as I get older, I get more aware of it. I try to keep the house calm. And
what's crazy is that our personalities are our personalities, and so despite all the things that change about us as we get older, some things never change, and you don't choose to be on 11. That's just where you wake up. You know what I mean?
I mean, I have, yeah.
It's the same thing with him. Yeah, he's about to pop out of his seat any second. I don't know what that was, bro.
He's doing a white boy dance across the floor.
He rolled in here in a fucking tank top, dog. Out of line, bro. I said, this is public, bro. He's got a tank top on? I couldn't believe it. Hey, I mean,
Better not show up at Shenandoah Rose like that.
Who knows?
Who knows? He's threatening you.
I mean, he put that. He walked in the door. I go, whoa. I go, you're tank topping it right now, dog, in public. And 2 seconds later, he had that shirt on. So I don't think he's gonna throw me a fucking curveball at Shenandoah Rose.
You can get a haircut,
Bro, we're just not a tank top. This is not a tank top environment, bro.
Evidently not. I thought it could have been.
No.
It's made clear it was not.
Not unless you're a woman. You know what I'm saying?
I thought in my basement a tank top would work well because I always end up with my shirt off and then I put it on, I take it off, put it on, take it off. And I got a tank top. Heath from Hero gave me one, very nice one. It's a really cool one. Take that thing off immediately.
It's a tank top, dog. Who's rocking it? A wife beater in a hotel room? Fine. You know what I'm saying?
There are places.
A wife beater at your vacation, you're on vacation? Fine. But a regular tank top, there's no space for that. Unless you're lifting heavy objects. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody's
You're lifting weights. But these motherfuckers that just live life with a tank top, I just don't approve, dog. I don't approve of that. That's unacceptable.
That's like dudes who wear jeans with flip flops.
What are we doing, bro?
My good friend that lives in Richmond does that. It'll be January.
And part of you hate it.
Oh, yeah.
It means you're a good friend. But a portion of you goes, what the fuck are you doing, dog?
Like, it's 20, 30 degrees outside and you got a hoodie and jeans and flip flops on.
Yeah. You know me, there's a ton of stuff that I can't stand. Like, I'm the worst about so many things, so I try not to go off, but yeah.
I don't think you're the worst for having so many things that make you go off. It's just that you have to go off every single time. You see it. Every time.
Yeah. I can't, otherwise I'm inconsolable. I gotta get it off my chest.
Yeah, and I really love it when, like there's somebody new.
Some things about us just don't change.
Yeah, I love it when there's somebody new who's just giggling and thinks it's the best thing, and then they catch me, and I'm just like, yeah.
Well, or they catch the other end of it. You know what I'm saying?
but like you get into it, and it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna check out for 5 minutes because if I say anything, it's just gonna egg them on.
1,000%.
So I just check out. I go somewhere for a little bit, come back, check in with you.
Yeah, my brother's my poor brother, man. He goes through that shit too. Because I know what I sound like. I know I sound like a prick, and I'm just like, sorry. Let me get this out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you mentioned Shenandoah Rose. Let's get into it, dog. Unless you got something, we can do anything. We can do anything you want.
No, I'm down to talk about Shenandoah.
But this is going to drop right before, so it's like the anticipation will be.
I'm excited about it. I know you're excited about it.
I'm real excited about it. I'm also excited that this room is clean, and that there's not piles of stuff. I gave away the sombrero. I gave it to Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't have any use for it anymore. It matches her hair. You know what I'm saying? Orange hair, orange sombrero. It's all one thing. I gave Vito a couple things too, but anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it. Talk to me.
I'm excited. This room should be live streamed.
It'll be buzzing. You know what's funny you say that? Because I don't know if I said it on something you and I were doing or whatever, but I was just like, this is going to be a room full of lunatics. Like Jimmy is the most chill of them, but he's also like hyper. He's wired and ready to go. Eric's chill, but I told him, I was like, I expect him and Raph to tattoo with a gi, and if anything breaks out, they got to wrestle. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Gordon's the calmest out of everybody. But I feel like they all feed off of each other, but Gordon's the calmest. But I also feel like Gordon would remain calm, but go pull some Jeremy Sweat shit and be like, oh yeah? You think so? Just get him
the craziest
worked up.
person I know told me that Raph was the craziest person he knows. And he's never exhibited it whatsoever.
So what did Slim tell you?
Scott Sterling.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother kind of crazy.
Yeah. He's like, that's crazy. He's the craziest person I know. And I'm like, you gotta be the craziest.
I'm so glad that of all the things, of all the kinds of people that I've met in my career and in my life, I am so glad that tattooing led me to meet somebody and become friends with somebody who can tell me that they pissed on their dad's grave. I think that is the craziest story. I never thought in my life I would, I'd never hear anybody, I'd never meet anybody who would do that. And that story is amazing.
Well, it's not, those things happen all the time. And people do that sort of shit, but they don't talk about it publicly.
Yeah, I never thought that I would meet somebody that would talk about it. And I'm not.
You know that someone listened to that podcast and immediately canceled their appointment with him and told him, I can't get tattooed by you.
Good.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not, that's not a statement about fathers, and I'm not, romanticizing, having a shitty father or anything like that, but just, you never in your life walk around saying, I'm going to probably meet somebody that's pissed on somebody's grave. I never thought I would meet, that's just such a powerful thing to do,
But, I'm sure it was a release for him, but it didn't mean anything to his dad. You know what I mean? But the craziest shit that I've ever heard anybody do or anybody say is Shane Inholm. He fucking ate his dad's ashes in front of his wife.
Oh, yeah.
His dad's wife and brother at a ceremony where they're supposed to be spreading his ashes. And so everyone starts dumping their cups out, and he just starts chugging his. I was just like, whoa.
Lunatic.
That's some wild shit right there.
Yeah.
I've heard some crazy stories on here, but and the Wrath ones, it's wild, but that's about, that's a lot of years of tension built up. I'm sure, he was upset and he was trying to make a point not to up to that lady and all that stuff, but Shane's just fucking lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, once again, I'm not romanticizing anything that happened to Wrath, but it's not the wildest thing you've ever heard, but just you hear people say, I'll piss on your grave.
Right, they never take the time.
They never take the time.
They never drive out.
Gordon
drove
McLeod means what the fuck he says.
Yeah, he's great. He just turned 50. He tattooed on the top of Fuji.
Oh, yeah?
Fuji, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Nate, I think.
Yes,
Nate.
You're right. Nate Rose. Nate Rose is awesome.
Man, so cool. When Nate was here, he was the best. He was a real deal, man. Street shop guy.
His sticker of the revolver straight on, with one chamber I think has a smiley face or something. The sticker is right on my wall next to my bench, and I've gotten so many comments about it. Would you tattoo that on me? Do I have to get that from Nate Rose?
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if you got that from Nate Rose, but that's an old design. I'd love to do it for you if you want. Yeah. Man, that's just so fucking cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Nate's solid. That was a fun. We had Nate, Wrath, Angela, and Schweiger. Or was that? No, Angela wasn't on that trip, right?
Angela wasn't on that trip. I don't even know if Schweigert was here.
No, Schweiger was here.
If he was, I didn't get to see much of him.
Yeah, he was here.
Or he was right there the whole time, and I just...
Well, no, we all hung out and did that group podcast.
That's right, that's right.
Greatest. It was
no.
fucking people.
Are you talking about where we sat in the waiting area? Angela was in on that.
Well, so Schweiger. I don't know if Angela was. It was when Wrath... That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I feel like...
But
Wrath
Schweiger
was...
definitely. But it was when Wrath spoke about the fires.
Gotcha.
But there was just too many people, and there was people talking on the side, and I had to stop it 3 times. And just dropped it in the front wall.
Inconsolable.
But it's also my fault that I allowed it. But I gave the speech, but it didn't know good. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know good.
Animals.
Fucking animals. So our boy Mike Attack out of Chicago said that Shenandoah Rose was the talk of the NYC TACCon.
Sick.
Yeah, bro. Good to hear. Angelo said talk to Crazy Stevie, said he's coming down.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's gonna be fun, man. I don't know who all's coming, but I know that in addition to the 21 tattooers that are coming to work and the 6 tattooers that work here, there's probably another 50 just kicking it. And that's wild to me,
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope, man. But that's what it's all about. It's not nothing against anybody who ever did any of the things I'm about to say, but it's not about some rock and roll band in the parking lot. It's not about fucking competitions and tattoos of the day and all that stuff. Those things are fine, but Shenandoah Rose is just about it's a birthday party for Alley Cat, and it's to celebrate tattoo, and I'm just stoked to be hosting it, man.
I think it would be fun. Yeah, and if you show up and you suck, do as my friend AJ says and suck over there.
Well, I don't think anybody.
I'm just kidding.
But the problem with that is like, you know me, I'm not afraid to ask somebody to leave.
Yeah.
There was somebody's asking me if they thought this person would come or that person would come. I'm like, they know me. They don't want to come.
We could talk about that list later.
Oh, it don't even matter. It's not even worth talking about. But yeah, I will talk about people that are coming. So when and you know, you can probably, I know you can expand on this. Like I had the people that were like so home team that they're going to definitely be there, right? And then we have people that it was a big ask, but when I asked you guys who you wanted there, all you guys said Rasher. Why Rasher? Talk to me.
Because it's Jeff fucking Rasher.
Well, expand on it. We're going to talk, Pete. Okay, we're going to talk. Okay, buddy?
He's your favorite tattooer's favorite tattooer. He's done it all. And then on top of that, he's just, like when I got tattooed by him, he was very kind. He had just gotten back from a trip to, I think, either Vegas or LA, where he was working a convention. One of the lasses. And you would think like a dude that just walked in with a toolbox full of gear and set it down wouldn't be in like the tightest of moods. He would probably be a little out of sorts.
Right.
It was a dream. And you know, and Becca was 2 months pregnant, and she was not afraid to be like, I need to eat. Can I eat? And he was very accommodating to her, and everybody at Blackheart was very accommodating.
Sure.
But you know, he's just that dude. Like he's like, I think he's spawned so many different styles, so many different points of view, just from his point of view. He's up there with like Zuck. He's of that generation.
He's one before Zuck.
Well, what I was gonna say, he's of that generation, and Zuck is even though Zuck's maybe a generation younger, like they're both of an age where they're of generations that are influencing tattooers now.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
And you know, like and Sylvia and my brain's toast. I did elephants all day, so but like he's of that ilk that like, you know, like you want to try to like get to the root of it. You want to get to the like you end up coming back to Rasher, and like, you know, because like it's like Ed, Cliff Raven, Mike Malone, a couple other guys, and then it's like boom, Scott Sylvia and Freddie Corbin and all those guys, and you know, Pachenko and all that, and it just explodes. Lehigh,
Whitehead, Hoyer.
Yeah, it just explodes out from there, and Rasher is part of that.
I think that Rasher gives you guys, like when I'm talking about the guys in this building, you all, he's the only person that everyone asks for. I think he gives you guys a license to get weird.
Yeah,
there's a lot to be said because, sorry to cut you off, but you know me, like I've never loved the weird. I'm getting into our new wave of shop talk stuff.
Yeah,
is me liking the weirdest tattoos I've ever liked. But like, you know, back in the day, you would show me stuff, and Andrew too, and I was just like, it's too weird for me.
Yeah.
And I just didn't. But now I'm starting to realize like how it's expanding on the thing of ours. But I think he gives you like that. You can go as weird as you want, comfort, and it's still in the game. You know what I mean? Which is dope.
I think that, and I mentioned Zuck earlier because Zuck fell in line with this as well. I think Rasher and Zuck were the two tattooers that I paid a lot of attention to because of Andy, of course.
Oh, that's the reason I know.
Yeah. So I paid a lot of attention to them, and like there was definitely for however long, like I would say like 18, 19 years, just like, God, I really wish I could do that. God, I really wish I could do that. And then one day, 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I can draw that stuff, and people may get it. People, you know, apply the Chris O'Donnell method and just stick it on the wall or put it somewhere where it's accessible.
If it's not there, they can't get it.
And I get to do it, yeah. And I do a lot of it, and I'd like to do more.
Before you came to that realization, one of the things that we would talk about is how do they find the client? Well, the client finds them.
And it's all things that I knew.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all shit that I knew. Yeah, that's all shit that selling a tattoo, all of those things I knew that. I just never practiced it because I never gave myself, like you said, permission.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cool, man. I think Rash is a fucking monster. And he's super, super nice. Andrew introduced him to me at like 3 in the morning at Pagoda one year and was saying that I know about making homemade wine and Jeff makes homemade bread, and he was like, you guys could probably have a fun conversation, and left Jeff in my hotel room and just left. And I was like, and we didn't hardly talk about that at all, but he's just I've said it a bunch, but I'm super grateful. Andrew's turned the light on for me with so many things, man, and Rash is one of them.
And I think if you're a Virginia tattooer and you're over the age of 35, you don't know who Andrew is, like,
man, when Lil Dave was here, he was talking about Andrew, and he was just like, man, it's so cool to see what he's ascended to, like where he got to, and I thought, what a high compliment, but also like, he's watched him for so long, and I feel like everybody's watching him now, like, and for I just think that like he was quiet for a while. He still doesn't put out much, and I put out more of his stuff than he does, but. Yeah, man, I just feel like people pay attention more than ever, and it's good to see. It's nice to see, because he's put in the work.
He's always put the work in. He's never not put the work in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's that guy.
But yeah, when Lil Dave was ready to finish his suit, Andy did the last tattoo, you know what I mean?
That dude is
Which is also a huge fucking compliment, Yeah, right next to his jumps.
Yeah, and Little Dave, like, in the world of tattooing, Little Dave is the guy, like the guy who knows everybody. He's worked everywhere.
He downplayed that too. He was like, "Well, not so much anymore." I'm like, "Whatever."
Yeah, he knows everybody that's worth knowing. How about that?
Well,
you could say not really anymore, but like if you could call any of those people right now, and I got to hear a conversation you all would have about tattooing, I would love to hear it.
Hell yeah. He talked about. It's just so casually talked about how he was working the desk at High Roller. And was talking about moving to find an apprenticeship, and Mike Wilson goes, just come to Florida with me. What the fuck? Mike Wilson says that, you know what I'm saying? It's bananas, bro. Grab a beer, anything?
I'm good.
You?
Actually, I take that back. You got me a seltzer.
You got some in here?
There should be some on the top shelf.
One left.
One!
How much?
Pineapple punch.
Yeah.
Who are you most excited to hang out with?
I can't say most excited. I love them all, man. You know what? Fuck that. I can't say. I'm most excited to hang out with Steve O. That's what the fuck I'm hype about, bro. My dog. That's
Hopefully he's ready to be. I mean,
we've been texting back and forth. He's super hype. And he was like, it's going to be sick. And I'm like, you're the only motherfucker I want to see. Just bring it, Steve.
I'm just excited I get to hang around him and not have to be anywhere and not have to do anything. The last 3 times I've seen him, I've been at a convention working.
Yeah. Now, him and Cody coming together. Yeah, so I'm super hyped to see Steve O. He's just one of those dudes that's like such a part of this family.
Yeah.
Of this Alley Cat thing and our group of friends. And we should never see him anymore. He needs to move back to Virginia. Have you met Steve O?
No.
Oh, he's a beast.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Heard a lot of stories about it.
Yeah. He's the fucking greatest. Are you most excited about somebody? First of all, before that even starts, we got Chris Welk, Sam Yemeni, and Kylie before the show even
I'm excited about that. I'm excited to get tattooed by Brian McNeil and to hang with him.
Crazy. I can't believe he's coming.
Like Jeff, I would say Jeff Rasher and Brian McNeil are like. I know that there's like I know Timothy's going to be here. I know Tim's going to be here. And Mike Wilson. Those guys are all faves and whatnot. And Chad's a huge influence on me as well. But I mean, I've gotten to the I'm not bragging, but I've gotten to a point where looking up and seeing Chad Chesko in the guest station is perfectly normal for me.
It happens here a lot, and we're very lucky for that. But Timothy's staff, basically, Timothy and Mike are here so often that they're Alley Cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're just part of the.
Yeah, so
Not to say we take it for granted, but
not
Brian's,
at all.
Brian's different.
Yeah, Brian, I can't wait.
The way that it happened, I know he was at Pagoda more than 1 year that I was there, but the last year of, me and Andrew walking down the aisle in the morning when everyone's setting up, and he introduces himself to me and compliments No Lies Just Bullshit, which is very generous. You know what I mean? Anytime someone says they like what you do, that's nice. But he was like, no, I did a podcast called the Silver Tongue Podcast, and I put out X number of episodes, and I don't know how you put out the number of episodes you put out. Yeah. So many of them are good. And it was really nice. And he said something about Pagoda ending, what a bummer Pagoda ending would be. And I was like, well, I'm thinking about maybe picking up where it's left off, but it's too early to say. I don't really know what's going on. And I didn't have the Shenandoah Rose planned yet. But it was an idea, And he was like, man, if you do something, I'd love to come see your shop. And this is where you pick up. Because me and Angela went down, as we walked away, you passed us. And then the next time I saw you, you were like, I was talking to Brian McNeil, and he said he's going to come to our shop. What's that about? And I was like, well, I told him we might do a little anniversary. He's like, yeah, he's coming. If you do it, he's coming. And I was just like, is that simple? Brian McNeil's coming?
I went to...
Porter's like, who said?
I went to breakfast the next morning with Paul Nice, and man, we found this fucking this little coffee shop, like Morgantown Coffee Shop or something. It's not far from the venue. It was amazing, good food, and I'm so angry I found it like the last day.
Sure.
So bummed, but anyway.
But you still found it.
Huh?
At least you found it.
Yeah, and so we were eating, and Brian showed up, and we were all talking, and he goes, "Yeah, so your boss is throwing a convention," and I went, "He is? Cool." and he's like, "Yeah, I would come." And I was like, "Sweet." And I'm so glad he's going to be here.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And then I watched him try to put, the coffee shop had like this little like knick-knack shelf. Like, we have nothing to put here, so we're going to put some cactuses, succulents, and a cowboy boot of all fucking things. Brian McNeil is like 8 feet tall. So the likelihood of him just coming across a random cowboy boot that's going to fit his foot is slim to none. And I turn around and look, and he didn't get it on his foot. I don't think he got it above his ankle. Like, I don't think he got the top. I think his foot was longer than the thigh. Yeah. But watching him like hop and try to put it on was funny. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he hit me up one day to get all the details for Shenandoah Rose and what's going on afterwards and leading up and all that stuff. And we're FaceTime, and then he's like, hold on a second, I'll let you say hi to somebody. And Henning's working on her back, and he just like turns the phone toward Henning, and he's like, how's Spanky Johnson? Yeah. But yeah, man. Of course, Henning's my guy. That was hype. But yeah, it's cool to have Brian coming. It's like I said, it's very nice to compliment all that bullshit. But to just be like, I'm on board for that was super cool. Yeah. Like I said, some of those guys are going to be around.
Yeah, he was pretty cool because not last year but the year before when I got the Daruma painting in my station, mm-hmm. I walked past it and I was like, that thing's fucking amazing. The big one. Like, that's fucking amazing. And I was immediately like, I can't. It's the first day. It's not even noon on Friday. I have no business thinking about what I'm going to do with my money that I haven't made yet. And then I noticed that there's birthday letter balloons, like, the gold foil birthday balloons, and I couldn't read it because I was moving so quick. And I went, I think that said McNeil, and if that says McNeil, then I'm not going to have any money this weekend.
Right.
And I'm setting up, and I turn around, and I didn't know it, but there's Brian standing there, and we started chatting. He goes, I really like your shop. And you do the podcast, right? I was like, yeah, I'm a part of it. And he's like, I like the podcast too. I'm like, I'm Porter. And he goes, yeah, I'm Brian McNeil. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Brian McNeil introduced himself to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man.
He's the best.
Plus, he doesn't, there's very little overlap in all these guys. Like, some of them do similar things, but they're not like each other. You know what I mean? Like, Timothy and Chad do biomech, and so does Brian, but all of them look different. You know what I mean? Oh, we're just going chunked up.
I was going to break it up, but I didn't want to get everything. I feel like I'm making a huge mess with it.
I'll put in the work. You laugh about Avery, you motherfucker. Bro, I put in the work when he and I went to Clifton Forge and got this kid stoned. And he got lit, bro. Once again, Clifton Forge 2, Avery 0. Not as bad as last time. But you definitely came to me and were like, well, I've got to go to bed.
That happens.
It does happen.
Didn't kill me like last time, you know? I'm like the Phoenix.
No, a phoenix dies. And then it rises from the ashes.
I died last time, I rose from it.
You just said you couldn't kill. Mm-hmm. Metaphors.
Anyway,
You should you'd be able to do a tactical battery change.
I'm excited to show the shop off too. Like a handful of people have been here, but this is gonna be like for real, and it's ready.
I feel like Cam's coming from Da Vinci.
Really?
I feel like he's coming. I talked to him on the phone a week or two ago, and he said something. I was like, "Are you coming to Shenandoah Rose?" And he sounded wishy-washy, and I started, just browbeating him. And he said, "Okay, I'll talk to Frank."
Well, I think Frank's coming. I think Frank's bringing his family down here, which is fucking super dope. Yeah, we're gonna have Yoni from New York. He's New Jersey, I guess, but he's in New York. They said he was the king of New York for the TACCON weekend.
Of course, he should be.
Cody and Steve-O and Brummett and Will, Sarah. I think AJ and that Sarah are coming. Stevie's coming. Crazy Stevie's coming.
Wait, what's Sarah from Brummett?
Sarah with Will. Sarah's. That's Rachel. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
But
Sarah is AJ's old lady.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's gonna be a gang of the homies from New York, and I think Frank's coming.
Man, that'd be fucking sick.
Man, one year at Pagoda, it was Mike, and Mike was there too, and Frank, and then that was the inception of me getting Frank on the show and Mike being the guy that asked the questions, because he was just like, you don't know Frank well enough, you can't talk to him, you gotta know how to talk to him. And I had met him a couple times, but I didn't know him, and he also had no time for me the times I met him. You know what I mean? It was yeah, whatever. Nice to meet you, and keep it moving. But that's when I asked Mike. I was like, well, why don't we get him on the show and you do the questions, and I'll just keep the ball rolling if I need to interject. And then Mike, was like pacing around my room. He's like, okay, let's think about this. I did the interview on No That's Just Bullshit. I kind of talked, thinking out loud and shit. It was great. And then, but later that night, Frank came, and so Mike grabs me. He's like, come here, I want to show you something. And he grabbed me and Andrew and Yoni, AJ, Mike, and Frank. Maybe Will, maybe. And then Frank just started telling these fucking crazy jokes that had like a cadence to them, like old school kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was just for us, you know what I mean? And it was just this sort of like sectioned off group and made sure no one else was even in earshot, because he was saying wild shit, but it was super funny. And he's so charismatic of a storyteller. Like, these fucking videos he's putting out, people go bananas for these videos.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that his wife said was like, she never thought he'd be so comfortable doing it. You know what I mean?
If you watch him, there's a lot of prodding to get him to do it. And then, I think once he got into it.
But he hadn't, when they ask him a question, he goes, and then it's just boom. Like, it takes a small moment, and then he just, bam, goes into it. And I know Frank good now, and he's censoring himself to some extent, which is important, right? But man, I don't know, he's just such a charismatic storyteller, and so when he was telling us these jokes and stories and this, man, it was just so much fun, and it's something that I'll never forget. And I'm so glad that, I wish you could have been there. I wish everybody could have seen it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was so cool. And then when he just pops in here one day, it's like. Big Frank don't just pop in that often anyway.
But it was legitimately a pop. No warning. I'm in the bathroom, and Trevor's like, somebody's here to see you. And I walk, I go, Frank, what the hell, dude? And we walk around a half a lap, and he goes, all right, we gotta go. And I look over at his wife and kids, and they're like, gotta go?
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so a bunch of New Yorkers here, which is exciting.
He also hit me, before you go on, he hit me with it. Shouldn't have been in the bathroom so long. I got to shit.
Scotty said he might come today. He DM'd me.
Oh, no way.
Florida,
yeah. I was about ready to ask how many of the Inksmith guys were planning on coming.
I think it's all former Inksmith guys mainly. Like Angela obviously is current, but Cody's coming. Mac Bibby's coming, which is
I'm gonna, if I can swing it and it's not stepping on Angelo too much, I'm gonna try to get something little from Mac.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's not a problem. There's this whole space. If for some reason Angelo's too busy, then you just set up right here. You just fucking grab the bucket over there. You know what I mean? You can sit on a bucket.
Like, Mac, you're a hippie, you'll be alright.
He will be alright. So yeah, little Dave, Cody, those are both Inksmith alumni.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish Paulie was coming. I'm grateful for all the ones that are coming. He's such a maniac. I love him so much. I always want to. I can't do it on here, but when I told him what he said to me when I told him to tell his girlfriend hi, you know what I mean? It was one of the funniest, most sincere things. I guess I could probably say it. You know, because I met his girlfriend a couple times, and she's always very nice. And
sure.
And so
I met her one time, man.
He was about to leave. He was going to come back, but he was like going to see her briefly or drop something off or take her some food or something. And I said, tell your girl I said hi. He goes, oh, I love her so much. I just want to suck on her big juicy titties. She's so hot.
I think I was standing like 3 feet away.
It was at the Inksmith 40th. Or
Yeah.
Bro.
He's
the best response. He's so quick and so funny.
He kind of did this.
Oh, yeah, bro. He just kind of was, just doing Paulie. It was fucking great.
Like a little 13, 14-year-old boy that got to see his first
I
titty.
can't believe she lets me touch her. It's so fucking funny.
The first time I met him, we're sitting across a big table at the Atlantic shop, and he sits down with a stack of stuff and he starts building a tattoo, which I was excited to watch, but he was going lightning fast. But anyway, he was like, yeah, man, like Duval County, Jacksonville, man, there's crazy motherfuckers around here. There's motherfuckers that go into Walgreens after they stop selling alcohol and go into the cabinets and start drinking beer and eating food and shit and just throwing wrappers on the floor. It's fucking crazy, man. So I got court for that shit in a week. And he proceeded to tell me about them, like, yelling at him over the intercom, Paulie, please stop drinking beer. Like,
he's the best.
Yeah.
His gear is always super fly. Last time I saw him, I gifted him a hat, and he went and changed his whole outfit so he could put the hat on.
Nice.
I was like, what a player, bro. What a fucking player that is. He's a fucking man.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say I wish he was coming like anyone else coming is less important. It's exciting. I'm real stoked because we've been inviting Mac up here for years and years. So that's dope that he's coming through. Yeah, the whole list.
When Ripley turned like 2 or 3, I put a video out like, send me a video of you saying, wishing, Smoo happy birthday. And it's like this far, the camera's this far from his face, and he's just yelling and making funny noises, and it's fantastic.
And how about that fucking blues song he does about Angela? You heard that fucking thing? It's incredible, dog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like playing harmonica and singing about Angela. It's so fucking great. No, but it's the real blues. It sounds dope.
I think I would
Shouts to Angela. It's his birthday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big shouts to Angela. Big up yourself.
I'm sure he's 106, but...
Have a Diet Coke.
It'll be exciting to see him if he lives long enough. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that motherfucker's getting old.
He's going to croak it, and he's going to turn it into dust. He's just going to... It'd be like Wile E. Coyote.
Last time he was here, Kate goes, I love when Angelo comes because it just puts everybody in the building in a good mood. I'm like, Angelo's in the worst mood. She's like, yeah, but everybody laughs at it. It's fun.
Still. Him fucking measuring out the floor at Flying Panther with his feet.
I was telling him how the build out was going to go.
Yeah, and like Angelo, the tiles are 1 foot by 1 foot, and he stops, thinks about it for a second, goes, I don't fucking trust it, and continues.
Yeah. Why would you trust anything that's perfectly square over and over and over again? Yeah, when we were doing this, he kept saying, I'm coming up for the build out. And I was just like, nah, dog, we got this.
yeah. Like that wouldn't have sent you over the edge.
It would have put me over the edge.
Yeah.
So. It would have put me over the edge.
Well, Alley Cat would have been nice, but it's a murder scene now.
That was fun, man.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Or almost out. Yeah.
Was that dude a 49er?
He probably was at some point.
Jesus Christ.
And he's lost weight. Huh?
You went well? You
Yeah.
got some good shit?
Yeah.
Well,
I was very happy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Very chill. Very cool.
There's Avery.
Hi, Avery.
Adios.
You changed.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you tell
He
her?
added some clothes.
Tell her
What
what
happened? Why did you change?
Oh, he told me this bullshit. What did you say? I can't remember what you
They
said.
told you
couldn't
this
fucking
is-
record it with a goddamn tank top on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I want to record them, this is public, and you don't wear a tank top in public, unless you're a girl.
Kate also has a theory that men should not wear open-toe shoes in public ever.
I get that.
She can keep that there.
So every time Doug has like flip-flops on at the house, I just send her pictures of his feet.
Well, that's not public though, so that's fine, right?
Well, we went to the grocery store like that, and I was just like, we're a food line, here you go.
I was telling them, like, I have a friend in Richmond who wears jeans with flip-flops year round. And I can't.
That's a woman right there.
And he got
And she's
hobbit
blue.
feet.
You
and
have
I
to have
just-
shorts on. You can't. And if you have hobbit feet, you really can't be doing that shit.
Yeah, you better be standing in the sand if you have flip-flops on. That's the way I see it. Or in a
Well,
stream.
your yard is appropriate for flip-flops, you know what I'm saying? Any boat activities, you know what I'm saying? That's appropriate
You
for
don't know
flip-flops.
anybody that boats.
Adam got a boat, but I don't wear flip-flops on that motherfucker. But
No, you got Crocs for that.
yeah. But yeah,
Protecting toes. Avery, what's your stance on flip-flops? How you feel about it?
I like flip flops. I'm a big flip flop wearer. I
You wear
frequently wear them with
flip-flops
socks,
with
actually.
With
socks?
straight through the toe with the toe. Or you mean slides or you mean
Slides.
flops?
Slides. I'm not talking. I don't wear flip flops.
All right.
I
wear
think
slides.
slides and socks is gross in my opinion.
It is, but I thought he was like raping his toe.
Yeah.
Violating his toe?
I'm about
Yeah.
to go fucking crazy.
If I found out he was wearing socks with like flip-flops,
Yeah.
I think it would change.
People that do that hate themselves.
They do.
Clearly, they hate themselves.
yeah.
You would not be invited back.
Banned.
All right, y'all. Good
Anyway,
night.
I'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm bringing Jacob with me tomorrow.
Okay.
Word. I wish you could see that thing, buddy.
This thing right
Yeah,
here.
it was just big, and we just put it there to replace the other thing. Which the other dragon isn't in the picture a whole lot, is it?
It's in more than you. It's in more because. It's in more than you think it was because I kind of frame it up so like AC's kind of here. It's in less than I thought it was after I looked at it, but it is there.
Well,
But it's gonna be less glass to be reflecting, so honestly, I'm not.
I mean, we can move it. But eventually, man, I want to get rid of this.
That's what you said, yeah.
I want to put it out there, which that's what it's intended for. It's working great, but we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Nothing happens until.
Necessity.
Yeah, once Shenandoah Rose is over, I'm just gonna take a lot of August off, and then when I come back, anything we want to get done, we can get done. This is not like a huge priority to move it, but I want to move it.
It's gonna be fucking sick when it is there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you just want to go down the roster? What do you want to do? Other than burp loud as fuck on the recording.
I figured all this was going to be cut out because y'all were bullshitting about.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm sprinkling balls as always. As always.
Could I steal that lighter from you, Pete?
You mean have
Can I
it take
get
it
my
back?
lighter back? Don't take me.
What are we supposed to do now? How are we going to smoke a ball? You got
I just gotta walk all the way to my station.
in the world?
I gotta make him move so I can go get it. I mean, you can't just leave that
Thanks,
for the
Avery.
night.
How dare I?
Thanks, Avery. How did you ask for your property?
Sucker.
What kind of person are you? You want something that you brought to this room and belongs to you and you can take it with you?
Fucking.
It's insane.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming in.
What's up?
Appreciate it.
Let's
That's
see.
what I'm talking about,
Let's
right?
see what happens on a Wednesday.
All right.
Probably not.
I came
Kid.
I came back here earlier today, and I guess that fella had something going on in there that was still making noise.
You know, loud as fuck.
Yeah, and
Okay.
but the door was open, and I walked out into here, and I saw the door, and I just went, "Motherfucker, leaving the door open, man! I'm gonna hear about this." You know, it was like I came over here to shut it, and like as I got about to like the "no, that's just bullshit" sign, I saw the end of a 2x4 coming, and I went, "Never mind, get the fuck out! I'm not gonna make his day any harder."
Yeah, he's framing up that shower trying to get it done. So it'd be cool to have it right before the Shenandoah Rose. Because if I'm grilling and kicking it all day out in and out, I want to take a shower before I kick it.
Sure.
I'm always at the party. And it's also, you know, if you're working on suits all the time, like if Derek ever needed to, you know, like unwind and take a shower, just instead of you just wiping him over and over again, no offense. But, you know, it's tough. What a good dude Derek is, too.
He was so happy when he came by here the other day and got tattooed. Well, he was so excited about getting tattooed. He came in the day early just to say hi.
You know, man, this is gonna sound corny, but with him, it's 100. It's really, really nice. Without going into specifics, that he's 100% comfortable in this building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is his home away from home, and he's been coming here for so long, but he wasn't comfortable in the first years like he is now. I wish he would have been, but the dynamic was different. But man, he's like this the model customer, model citizen, model dude. Like good dude, you know?
Great guy.
Yeah, the best.
I love that guy so much.
Anyway, you want to do the roster? Talk a little bit about everybody, or if it's so many that we can't leave anybody out. So.
It's so many. I mean, do you know if any of the Serpent and Rainbow fellers are coming?
I don't. I asked Dean, and I don't remember what he said. But I don't think I think he said he wasn't coming. But he did say he wants to get tattooed by Timothy here. He said he's got a spot kind of hip-ish area, and that he wants to wait till Timothy announces that he's coming here and snag a spot here sometime. So that'll be great whenever that happens. Of course, we got Nick Hall in the place to be. He's definitely coming.
That's one of my favorite people.
He's such a great dude.
He took such good care of me when I went there because Dean's got a family, and
I did say Nick Hall, right? And Nate.
I think you said Nate. He meant Nick Hall.
Nick Hall. Love both those dudes.
Yeah.
And Nate Hall is coming to party.
Yeah. I know. He loves us. He's
my dog.
Him and what's his wife's? It's a real, huh? Contessa. I love her name.
She sounds like a princess. Of fucking.
Or like she would have like she'd be a countess.
Yeah.
Like she would like. Anyway, I don't know. But Nick Hall, when I went there to work, Dean had to go home to be with his family. John Henry was on the res.
Yeah.
And Germ was just like in and out. And so Chris, Nick, and I hung out the most. And Crystal went and did stuff. I think he was just dating this girl. And so Nick and I spent a lot of time together. And we just, he was like, I'm new, you're new, let's just be new guys together. I said, yep, let's do it. And
he's fantastic.
Yeah, we just goofed off and talked shit.
And I'm into his work big time.
Yeah, me too.
His stuff, he's one of these stellar examples of my shit looks like my shit and my shit only.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not borrowing.
He's right up there with Gordy and, and Uzi. And,
his stuff is his, and it's great. And, if you told me that I would love an acorn skull, I'd be like, you got me wrong, dog. But I love that shit.
And I think the best thing about what he does, actually all those guys do, is that it's all Dean, Nick, and John Henry. It all seems to be rooted in their imagery in their tattoos and outside of their tattoos is rooted in the natural imagery of that area, of that Appalachian area. And I think it's fucking genius.
Man, if you never listened to Nick Hall's No, That's Just Bullshit.
I listened to it.
It's fucking crazy good.
I listened to it 2 trips in a row to Pagoda just because I listened to it.
Because Nick rules?
Yeah, and one of my favorite things about listening to it is you started talking to him about the tattoo on his face. Yeah. And every time I think of him in my head, I want to be like, you didn't think you were going to live this long and be successful, and that's why you got that big thing on your face. But I think that's the best,
But I tease him about it a little bit, but I also want to know what it's like.
Yeah, I think it just, I think it I don't think I could see Nick without it. Without that spider, I think if he didn't have it, it would be weird.
I don't think of it like that at all, but I definitely look at face tattoos differently than I did 10 years ago because of Nick Hall, because of Nate Harmon. And they're far from each other as far as the spectrum. Nate's whole face is done pretty much, and it is his whole face, and it's like layers as well. I remember when I was about to get my neck done, and Grizz was like, you're gonna put yourself in a corner. You're gonna fucking force a situation on yourself down the road that you're not thinking about now. And I said, Grizz, I am who I am. I'm gonna get after it regardless. A fucking tattoo on my neck can't stop me. And that's the same thing for Nick. It's like you're saying you never thought he could be this successful. Maybe you thought he was just going to be a gutter punk, live behind the
He said, I didn't think I was going to live this long.
Yeah. But the truth is he can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Straight up, he cannot be stopped.
Yeah,
because he's that talented and he's that sincere. You know what I mean?
And I guess what I was getting at is like the essence of that tattoo is still very much in him. Is that like
the punk?
That punk that like, I mean, I think that's any youth culture, any anti-establishment youth culture, but that like. I'm not going to be here. Yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Let me just live. Let me just do what the fuck I want to do.
Let me eat a piece of cake. Let me get the face tattoo.
Yeah, but it really resonated. Like it really, I never made any moves like that in my life.
Were you just a fuck it at that?
Yeah, and I mean, getting into an apprenticeship was my first like real big fuck it.
Wow.
Yeah, and. I didn't know what I was going to do with myself, but, I've never experienced anything like that. And like to meet somebody who said straight up, I didn't think I was going to live much, he didn't think he was going to be around. And to meet somebody like that I don't even think it was a matter of him like turning around. I think it just all happened to work and just things, but that fire's still there.
But that experience that is a high level of freedom. You know what I'm saying? That attitude in general, plus, the attitude is one thing, but then you go ahead and do it, and then you achieve. That's why I always say about Nate Harmon. And again, it sounds like I think they look similar. I do not, but it's just the most extreme example of face tattoos on someone that I'm friends with and care about. And that's why I always say. He will get on a flight to Paris knowing he looks like that.
Yeah.
Because, once you go ahead and go, well, I thought fuck it, I did this to say fuck it, then I transcended this and I'm successful. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. And that's why I used to just be like, it's reckless and it makes us look bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like if you're not part of gang culture or some culture that's or a tribal society culture or something where it's like it can be okay because you cannot go anywhere if you have a face tattoo without someone, and even a tattoo convention you'll be judged. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that will look at Nick and be like, that's extreme, and he still goes there everywhere, and he's not only accepted but he excels. And that's the shit. And that's the same thing with Nate. And that's why I always say it, make the plane reference, because it's like, some motherfucker that's going to die in a gutter ain't getting on a plane to Europe. But those dudes can get on do whatever they want.
Yeah, and then I don't know Nate very well. He's always been very nice to me, but I don't know him at all.
Sweet dude.
Nick is the kindest person you've ever met.
The best.
Yeah, and I love that like he looks the way he looks, and it's like he's like.
Well, it's always great when someone looks kind of intimidating, but they can be real sweet. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited, man. I don't know if Nate Harmon's coming. I sent him a postcard. I sent a lot of postcards out.
Good.
A lot of postcards out. Excited to have Kylie in the building. Excited to have Sam in the building and Chris. Like so stoked. Both of those dudes are gonna come and work and then stay. And kick it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're gonna, and I think, I don't know if the two of them know each other or have ever hung out, but I think that's gonna be sick.
Sam and Chris, I don't know if they do or not either. I know they're aware of one another's work, obviously.
I mean, they're like every pagoda, they're always tucked in that back row, like
of murderers.
Yeah, murderers. Well, I mean, there's not a row. There's not a row of duds at pagoda, or there was never a row of duds at pagoda. So
hell no. Excited to see Ma Bell. He's coming up on Thursday.
Nice.
Thursday, I'm just going to be like grilling steaks and making sandwiches and just kicking it, like sort of welcoming anybody who shows up that day. You know what I mean?
At some point Thursday, Kurt will be here. Kurt Bear will be here.
Have you been keeping up with him? Is he?
Yeah, he's crashing with me one night, and then he's staying, I guess, he's staying at the Hotel Madison for a couple nights.
Awesome. Man, talk about a killer, dog.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to get tattooed by him. I don't know what I'm going to get.
You might have to go on your face if you keep getting tattoos, bro. You got 2 gaps right there. I'm surprised you haven't filled.
I want something bigger from Kurt, but I don't know what. I'm getting my armpit done from Brian, so I'm only doing one armpit on that weekend.
But you're going to get like 5 tattoos?
No, I mean, at the moment, it's 2, but if I can get Mac Bibby and Jeff Rasher. I didn't reach out to Jeff because I've already been tattooed by him, and I needed to get tattooed by Brian McNeil. Like, that's...
Can I see your Alley Cat 20? Looks fantastic in this lighting.
In this light. Let me turn the light on.
Where are we going to do the 25?
I don't know. I mean, you got to do it.
This is another palm? I remember you telling me you were like breathing heavy and you're like, you're going to have to put this in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting my head around it. I don't know.
Other side, same hand?
No.
I don't want to put fucking being real. No, same hand.
Right there?
Right there, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Or those spots right there wouldn't be quite as bad. I might be able to do one on the inside of your arm or around that butterfly. You got 2 great.
Hell no, man.
But those are, you can get an actual tattoo in those spots.
Yeah, I want you to do some. I mean,
You want me to do something? Let me do just side of your nose, dog. Just like, pow.
2.5.
You can not give a fuck. Just like, no, you can be like your hero Nick Hall, bro.
Roll up on Nick, be like, yo, Nick, check it out.
Look what I
man.
did. It's
Look what I
a
did.
tribute to you.
Yeah, man. You want to hang out later?
Anyway, back to Kurt. You know, I feel like I haven't said his name enough. Even though I've said it 100 times.
Blue hair. Sorry?
This motherfucker tattoos his fucking ass off, bro.
Technical
He was so
proficiency.
humble and kind and said, when he found out about Shenandoah Rose, he said, if there's a fucking corner that I can put some stuff in to tattoo, I would be honored. And I just was so moved by that.
Yeah.
It was such a nice thing for someone who's accomplished as a tattooer, accomplished as a business guy. I'm humbled by all this. You know, like we were talking about earlier, it's like, I don't want to sound at all cocky when I say it's regular to see Mike Wilson here or Timothy Hoyer. It doesn't miss with me that I know who the fuck they are. I'm used to being around them because now we're friends. But I'm still a huge fan of what they do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And so that goes for all these cats. But man, Kurt is a high caliber tattooer. He's so fucking good, man. It's so, that piece he did on my brother's shin is so fucking nice.
He's
a solid homie too. Like, I'll never forget, you know, we met a couple times. He came here for the Avail thing when we had not met. And so I'm like, this guy's, we DM every now and then and we're friendly. We have some similar interests, but he's gonna come here. You know what I mean? Like, be at the shop, like, and he turned out just to be the coolest motherfucker.
Yeah.
We went to Richmond, he was the coolest motherfucker. But when Josh and I did Aachen, we were planning on staying in some weird little town, and Andreas was like, well, you should be at this thing I'm doing. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, it's an art show the night before. And I'm like, you didn't tell me about it. He said, I put it on my Instagram. He put it on Instagram one time, 3 months prior to that. Once. I'm like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know about that? Anyway. And so my brother and I just bailed on a reservation, made a new reservation, and then Josh was like, well, I'll just take you and drop you there, and then I'll go get rid of all our shit and I'll come back, which was very, very nice of my brother. And I walk into this place, and you know, I'm by myself in Europe. It's just like, what? And I know that somebody in there I'm going to know, but the first motherfucker I see is Kurt.
nice.
And he's like, bring it, bro. He's like, he goes, I go over to him, we shake hands, we hug. He goes, let me get you a couple beers, is what he says.
Yeah.
You know, he knows me. He knows I need a couple beers. And then from there, he and I, no matter who else we talk to, we just always end up hanging together and just kicking it and sort of watching the room from a similar perspective, which is something I love to do. Like, if you can be... It's like I'm with him only watching something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the shit. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like
Things
watching
still
them.
moving.
Maybe.
Which brings me to my next favorite tattooer that's coming here. Man, I ain't seen one of these motherfuckers
I know.
in a long time.
I was so excited.
Again.
I was so excited that I killed one of those. I was given 2.
Nice.
I killed one. It was the first lighter I was ever given new.
Best feeling.
Killed it. Never had that happen before. And I went to Andy and went, Andy, I killed this lighter. And he was like,
Man, but he's killed 87.
yeah, I know. It was the best fucking
He's
reaction.
killed 87 fucking.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah. So at the 40th, I link up with my guy, Mac Tyre. Do you have somewhere you're asking that, or should I just...
I got it.
And I don't know what it is, but he and I are similar enough to where we just sort of step off to the side of the bar and just start clowning the entire, like, we're in the yard at that bar out back, and we just start fucking making fun of every single person that we see. Friends of ours, people we don't know, strangers, you name it. But man, so much fucking fun. Like, he's just a guy that when I linked, the first time we met when we was at Rochester, and it was him and his boy Lenny, and great tattooer. I think he's in North Carolina now, and we smoking and drinking and talking shit in the parking lot at the Rochester convention. Like the way the smoking area was kind of like off of the bar area, which I got a lot of great memories from that too. We should go back to Rochester.
I've never been there.
Well, we should do it next year. It's like, anyway, if you want to do it, we'll just
I would love to do
we could
it.
probably figure that out.
I've never been there. I don't.
Bunch of hitters. Me and Jake, fucking Josh. You want
Yeah.
to? I mean, like I said, I think I can make that happen. Anyway, so like you go in the hotel and the bar's to the right, and there's a couple doors to like a roped off outdoor area, and so we're out there smoking joints. Most people are out there smoking cigarettes, and we just met, and it was when he was heavy in the Hero crew, and I knew Jeff and I knew Steve, but I didn't really know the whole crew. I knew Randy. And so I was being introduced to those two dudes, part of that crew, and I just started talking that shit, bro. And Mac just started talking that shit too, and we just hit it off real quick. And Lenny's laughing, and we're just having fun. And then every time we've hung out since, like at the 20th, he was about it. I just love his tattoos so much.
Yeah.
He's a fucking good dude, and he's bringing his whole shop, dog.
Oh shit.
He's bringing his whole shop.
Noise.
Super dope. And what a good leader, you know what I'm saying? Like, to give them an experience.
Yeah, that's always like, you've done that for me. You've pointed that out about Matt Greenleaf for Kylie.
Yep. Yeah, what the hell they put that in that motherfucker? Yeah, Matt's an amazing guy. Amazing tattooer, amazing fucking shop owner, dude, amazing dude. You know he gave Nikki Balls her name.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she's gonna make it up?
I don't know. I would love it. I love Nikki.
Get her some. I brought her. I went and got Dunkin' for everybody, and then I got her like a bag of bacon. Like, yeah, give me a bag of bacon. I was handing everything out. I go,
At Dunkin' Donuts, they sell
yeah, they
bacon?
sell a bag of bacon,
Okay.
and it's like a little fry bag with bacon. And I handed it to her, and she went, "This is it. This is all the bacon." It was like 5 or 6 pieces, but they were like thin and little. I was like, I mean, you don't have to eat it. She goes, no, it's fine.
She came out to the Moose Lodge.
Such a ball breaker.
Yeah, I was there. I was at the Moose last week with James Hughes, Awesome James, and
You have fun?
I was like, dude, you know your fucking favorite tattooer? He was one of the first tattooers I took there outside of y'all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, James was. He came down here years ago. But since then, Jason Tyler Grace has been there, Yoni's been there, Karina's been there. A bunch of motherfuckers have been to that Moose Lodge, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I love Jason. I really wish. Did you send him a postcard?
I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. But I fucking love his work, and he's a fucking great, weird guy that I had a lot of fun with.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
awesome.
I cussed a lady out in front of him at the Moose. She said some smart ass shit. He was drinking some moonshine that Garland had given him, and he was like taken by the drink and the gesture. And this lady's like, "What are you drinking?" And he told her, and she's like, "Let me try it." And she tried it, and she goes, "That's gross. You people don't know anything about moonshine." And he was like, "What?" And so he came over and started talking to me about it, and I had just the right amount of buzz. You know me.
Yeah.
I just had the right amount of buzz, and then she saw him telling me that. She's like, "Yeah, I fucking said it." And I go, "Well, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you talking about." And he was like, "Whoa." And then I was like, "Why don't you mind your own motherfucking business?" You know what I'm saying? If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all, motherfucker. And Jason was like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, he's awesome. I like him.
But yeah. Anyway, I took Nikki Balls to that Moose, and she was like, "I wasn't able to get anything to eat before I got here, and the kitchen had been closed like 20 minutes." And I said, I'll get you. Don't worry about it. They were telling everybody no. And I walked up to the one cook that I could see, and I vaguely knew him. I walked up to him and I was like, hey, man, what's up? He goes, I need a ribeye. And I go, I need a ribeye. And he was like, yeah, we can't. I was like, no. I need a ribeye. My friend Nikki's out here. She's carnivore, and I need a ribeye. So what's it going to take? And he was like, man, I can't. And I just pulled out $20. Thinking,
$20?
he's like, yep, that'll do it. Yep. He took $20. Fucking made her the ribeye, put it on my tab. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to it.
Oh, man.
Ribeye with a side of butter.
A ribeye at a Moose Lodge. Oh, man.
It's like a dream come true,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, that's like people used to make fun of me all the time. I used to go to, back in the day, Waffle House had T-bones. And they were so fucking good. I mean, they were paper thin.
Sure.
But that was some eggs and some hash browns. Oh, my God, man.
I mean, I haven't eaten Waffle House in a long motherfucking time, dog, but I'll tell you something. Fucking Texas cheesesteak is a fucking winner.
Anybody that's coming to Shenandoah Rose listening to this and they're like, oh, I'm going to go to Waffle House. You're welcome to go to the Waffle House here, but it's not like any Waffle House you've seen on Instagram. It's a little chaotic, but ain't nobody busting out fighting online.
Well, most of those Waffle Houses aren't either. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah,
I've seen fights in this Waffle House after Main Street back in the day.
Oh, I'm talking about staff fight. Did you staff fight each other? Or
No, I ain't never seen that. I've seen them argue.
Yeah.
But anyway, Waffle House is Waffle House. There's no, like, rule.
It's like the Outback. It's like,
Go to that motherfucker, bro.
fuck yeah.
Ready in the morning.
Oh, we'd also hit the Shoney's. We'd wreck that Shoney's.
Bro, that's why I got barred from Painted Lady, because me and Troy and Scott went to Shoney's. I was learning from Scott, and Troy and Scott and I came up here, and I didn't work there, so I was just kicking it with Scott, but I would help if I could do anything. I would talk to customers, if they were around and the phone rang or whatever it was. I was just always trying to be cool. And the boys were like, it's slow, let's go to Shoney's. And, you know, it had like a buffet or whatever. So we go over there, and we just finish eating and just are just cracking jokes, bro. Just making fun of each other, telling stories. Next thing you know, we've been gone for a long fucking time. And remember Dan Hartman?
Oh, yeah.
That prick calls. And, none of us had cell phones. But he was running the front of Paint Lady at the time. And so we go back, and he's fucking furious. And he's like, you know, he's wearing like cutoffs and flip-flops like a prick. And
Like a prick.
yeah, and he's saying cool beans and shit that I can't stand. And we roll in that motherfucker, bro, and he is fucking hot. There's piercings waiting and there's tattoos waiting.
Yeah.
And we're walking in like it's a fucking like Sunday afternoon and we're off. You know, we're cracking up. They got decaf cafe lattes and shit. Like bullshit. And he was hot, bro. And so I guess he called Robin and told Robin that it was because of me. And it was a Friday, and she went to the police station and got restraining order. And I can't come there within 200 feet of there, and gave it to Troy and told Troy, don't tell me till we leave. So he waited till we got to stand, and then he was like, yo, Robin said, here's your papers are served, you can't come back there. And I was like, what? And I called Painted Lady, bro. I started going bananas. Just started fucking screaming on that motherfucker. Anyway, but yeah, Shoney's got me barred from Painted Lady.
Go Shoney's. That big boy.
I appreciate it, man. I was really glad. In retrospect, I thought she should have told me, but I was very happy to be no longer welcome. Now, of course, with Eric over there, I am welcome. I fucking like Eric a lot.
Yeah, I like Eric too. I'll see Eric out. They were doing beginning of the summer. They're doing work up and down Kelly Street, and I'd see him on my way here.
I see him in Elton. His mama lives in Elton.
We wave at each other.
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
He
Goodness.
Becca worked at that florist downtown across from I don't know what city building that is, but that really weird one on the corner.
Florist by the Pony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went in there to go talk to Becca real quick, and I looked out the window and I saw him standing out there, and I walked across the street to him, and we were chatting. He goes, well, let me show you something for him. We started to walk away, and we were leaning on this like monument pillar, and like as we got up, I went, you gonna get anybody else to hold this down while he walks away? And he turns to some young kid and he goes, hold this down. And the dude looked at me and goes, hold it down. And the dude put his arm on and he goes, stay there.
That's great. Yeah, he's got all those fucking tic-tac-toe games on his arm.
He was so tickled to tell me about that the first time he had done it, or the first couple times he had done it. And I just, oh, cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I was way green.
I meant to ask you, because of the way you put it earlier, if you don't mind expanding on it, you said getting a tattoo apprenticeship was my first real fuck it in life.
Yeah.
Like, now I know that you weren't living a student's life prior to that. You were ripping bongs and you were living a restaurant worker's lifestyle while still attending college and whatever else. And your parents knew you took care of yourself, but they probably didn't know you were doing drugs in the kitchen, right?
No.
But so, when you tell me, like, how was that ill received by them when you said, "Hey, I got this apprenticeship"? If you don't mind talking.
No, I don't mind talking about it. We didn't really talk about it much. It's kind of wild. It's actually something I've been thinking about.
Man, we're getting old. We be thinking about all kinds of shit, don't we?
Well, my old man, like, never, he passed away 2 years after I got my house, and that was, like, a major concern of his, like, was me to own property, and, he wasn't...
Something that he wanted you to do? Or
Yeah,
that he was
yeah.
concerned you couldn't keep up?
No, he wanted me to do it.
And you did it?
Yeah, I did.
Without his fucking money?
No, well, they had to, without his money.
Exactly, that's the thing,
Yeah.
man.
But I needed their name, because, I never showed enough income to get a home.
Yeah, but we didn't know what we were doing at the time.
Yeah.
But it's a
beyond
lot that I guarantee that it made an impression upon him that you didn't ask for the down payment or anything.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Oh, I think it did. And because he eventually asked me how much money I made, and he was one of the first people to ever tell me, like, you don't ask anybody how much money they have.
Right.
And I think it just was killing him,
Sure.
And I never told him an exact number. But
when you say, the reason I asked about...
well, I was going to get to that.
Sorry.
I was going to get to that. I think at first, I was really concerned. We never talked about it. I was always concerned that they were like, well, we put you through college and you don't have any... I was very, very lucky. My parents and grandparents started putting away money when I was born so I could go to college. My college was paid for, which is fantastic. Plus, I also got scholarships.
Sure.
But, they, 2 generations of people, possibly 3 generations of people, had put money together so I could go do college. And when I was done, I was like, I'm just going to work in this restaurant until I figure out what the fuck I want to do. Because I didn't want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And then when I started talking about tattooing, my dad was just like, can you make money doing that? And I was like, yeah, I'm not really worried about money. And I remember my dad being like, when the fuck are you going to worry about it?
Yeah, but how dope is that? That you were more interested in your expression.
I think I was more interested in doing something that would make me happy. I think I would have been a lot happier if I was less successful.
Yeah,
I would have been just as happy if I was less successful and could just, like, I'm very successful. Like, I'm very successful here.
Motherfucker, right?
Yeah. But I think I would be, I think I would still be happy.
You'd be fulfilled.
Yeah, because I got to do something I wanted to do.
Right, yeah.
That was what, and I think that experience, like, I think there was a bit of, like, tension between us for a long time because of that. But that also gave me...
Because you didn't care about money?
Well, I didn't care about making money, and that I was taking on something that, like, I didn't give the shop X amount of dollars for X amount of time, for X education, for X kind of guarantee of X kind of money.
Yeah.
It was all, this is what's supposed to happen, Yeah. And...
You're also, like, the picture of the best case scenario.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
Right?
Yeah. So
Well, I know you can't say that about yourself, but, like, when I was like, yo, Porter gets the apprenticeship and I'm not accepting anything else, in my mind, the trajectory you nailed.
thank you.
You're successful.
Thank you.
Anyway, continue about your dad.
So that was a big fuck it. And it's because, I was raised to think you go to school, you go to college, you graduate, you get a career, and then you meet a girl and you get married. Like that Sublime song, like get married in the world, like then come baby on the way.
Yeah.
5446. I thought that's how it was supposed to be, and then I eventually and then I realized if I really wanted to make money in teaching, I could go be a teacher right now, but the only reason I could be a teacher right now is because they're willing to pay for my schooling because I'm a dude.
Yeah.
Like they were looking for more men.
Right.
And I wouldn't really be able to make the max of what I could make as a first year teacher until I got another 2 years worth of schooling.
I was going to say, you have to go back to school.
Yeah, and it was every time I hit a milestone that I thought I had to fulfill, they moved the marker.
Yeah.
They kept moving the goal. And I realized in retrospect, and I've been saying this to kids, college students for a long time, if I meet a college kid who's clearly just I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just hey,
Can you
man.
reassure them a little bit?
Yeah, I always say, hey, man, look, you just got done doing 12 years. 12 years of public or private education.
That you didn't ask for.
That you didn't ask for. And then you're forced to go somewhere for 4 years to be around people your own age. Your hormones are driving you out of your fucking mind.
Right.
And everything's new and exciting, and you're supposed to focus for 4 years and spend minimum 2 years knowing exactly what you're going to do
While going in debt by the tens of thousands of dollars.
And it just seems all unfair. I'm all about higher education. I'm all about that kind of I'm all about
Yeah,
that.
but that whole bag was set in your lap. The one you're explaining to them, that was put in your lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and the point is given to you or you had to earn it, either way you go about it, it's just that's terribly hard for a young person to go through.
The problem is that we think that there's a one set thing for everybody, and there's people that will hear this and be like, "Oh, poor guy had the ability to go to college because his parents paid for him." That's not what the point you're making. And I'm with you 1,000%. It doesn't matter if you're poor and you got scholarships, or if you're just a really great student, or if you're told you have to go. It's a difficult thing for an 18-year-old person or 19-year-old person to have to enter into a world that they're navigating pretty
much on their own.
On their own.
You're being cut loose for the first time, and a lot of kids who were raised by parents that want them to go to college, they're kind of fucking under a thumb. I was under a thumb most of my life. We lived in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't have access to all the things that would have probably fucking killed me by the time I was 18.
Yeah.
I mean, if I lived in Charlottesville City, in the mid-90s, there was a heroin issue. In the city, I probably would have had some finger in there.
Yeah.
But my parents wanted to. They did everything they could to give me the best upbringing, and I'm very grateful for it. But
being a parent, I have a much better understanding of how fucking 19-year-old people don't know anything. I have 2 kids, and I had to tell them everything. I had to teach them everything they know. Me or some person. Motherfuckers don't know how to do anything.
Man,
when you're born, you don't know how to do anything except breathe and shit.
Yeah. Actually, the one instinct you have is a falling instinct. That's it.
Yeah. Put your hands out and catch yourself kind of?
Go like that.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's that and breathing. Yeah, that breathing, and you have to be kind of tricked it. Anyway, yeah, man. It was fucking...
So, yeah, that was... But, man, again, your dad, unfortunately, is not here to see it, but your mother has lived another, what's it been, 10, 12, 15
14 years?
With you still not asking for anything.
Yeah.
You know, man, that whether she's stoked that you tattoo or not is not the point.
Yeah.
The point is you took a path that was unknown to all of you all, and you have fucking wore it down to the fucking dirt now. It's compact.
Man, what's funny is a couple years ago, Becca was with me at my mom's house, and we were all talking, and I was talking about, I think it was one of the first times we got to go to New York. We were going to go up to New York Long Island.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, we've gone to New York and California and whatnot. Where else do you think you're going to go? And Becca just he can go anywhere. He can go anywhere. He refuses to go there. Obviously before Ripley was around. And she just, grumping out on me because I wouldn't take advantage of things, and now I need to actually I've been trying to, but the world hasn't been keeping up with
my season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's be times where I travel a lot for a year and a half, and then I don't travel at all for 3 or 4 years. That's just how it goes.
But it was really wild to watch my mom's like response. Because Becca was like, he can go work anywhere. Like, name somewhere, and we can tell you somebody that he could go work with.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
She doesn't get it. Doesn't understand it. But
I think
it doesn't matter if she understands it or not. She can't question your ability to execute life.
Yeah, I think she hears that, and I think, like, that was the one thing that, like, she went, oh. Like, okay, like maybe it's a little bit more important than I think it is. Or maybe I'm not seeing the full picture. Like, you know, because to her, you know, I pull up in the car that she gave me when my dad died. I'm driving my dad's car still.
Yeah.
You know, I have a truck that I don't drive out of town because I don't want to pay for it to get towed.
But having a more secure vehicle means nothing to you.
No.
It might mean something to her, stats-wise, but... I don't know if she understands or not, but you could give a fuck about cars.
Yeah.
And my brother's like, the thought of having to purchase a vehicle is a fucking headache for me because I don't care about them. All I need is something I can get into that will take me to the place I intend to go.
Yeah. And the reason I brought that up, I thought about this recently because you've said this to me in so many words, but I was watching the 4th John Wick movie, and which you're going to break my balls about.
Do after you watch the 3rd John Wick movie.
I think it's the 4th one. There's a character that keeps saying how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I was like in my head about that. I went, that's not the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck about a car the same way I give about anything else.
Right.
And I think that kind of mentality has paid off for me in a lot.
Well, you've saved fucking
My old man and I
$100,000.
fucking idiots that way.
Huh?
My old man and I, like my old man would do that too. I was talking today about how like we were cleaning out the garage and it was just shit he just saved and saved and saved and saved and saved and saved.
Like, you know, the mentality of how I grew up tells me to do that, but I free myself from things often because I don't want to look at it 5 years later.
Yeah.
I got to sell this red Cadillac. It's just, I'm just not using it.
Yeah.
It needs to go.
I would hate for you to sell that thing, but I know you're not using it.
I'm not using it, and so therefore, not only am I wasting its time, because it's older than me, it's 50-some years old, someone can enjoy it. It still runs great.
Yeah.
And someone else can enjoy that. And I'm just fool for keeping it in my damn garage. I love it, but I'm not treating it like I love it. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4 years.
Yeah, I'll take a beer.
1 or 2?
Give me a deuce. I just got a text from Yoni saying he's super excited about next weekend.
Who's that?
Yoni.
Young dog.
Young dog. You know how much I love telling people that he gave me that New York Adorn banner for a steak.
He gave it to you for his station?
For a steak.
Oh, for a steak.
I traded a steak for that banner.
Yeah, and he said it was the best steak he ever had.
Exactly. Well, that's why he gave it to me. He was like, man, I have this banner, and it won't even fit in most shops. The shop's all over the place. It'll fit. And that was like the day before. And his day, like my day went kind of weird, and his day went kind of weird, and so he ended up being later than we could get food. You know how it is in this town. He was like in here on he was leaving on a Monday or
fucking San Francisco's like that.
And yeah, Harrisonburg and San Francisco, I constantly compare the two.
I kid you not. 10 o'clock in San Francisco, there's nowhere to fucking eat.
And I was like, yeah, I plan on cooking for you, man, but I got this, that, and the third, and my day fell through, and I had shit going on. And then I opened the refrigerator in the kitchen in there to get a beer, and there was 4 ribeyes in there. I was like, my brother bought steaks yesterday, dog. I forgot all about that. I was like, you want a steak? And he owns a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
And he was like, at home, I'm usually eating vegetarian at the minimum. But, you know, I kind of do whatever on the road. I'll eat a steak. And I was like, word up. I told him, I said, I can cook it in a pan right now, but I can cook it on the grill in 30 minutes. It'd be a much better situation. He was like, whatever you say. So I took them out. I seasoned them really well, rubbed them, and then started the chimney and let it go for 20 minutes or whatever. And then I brought them up to temp on the side, the dome on the Weber, and then I fucking seared them. Anyway, They were straight dope. And he's eating like the last piece with his hands. He's like sopping up the juice on the plate, and he puts the last bite in his mouth. And he goes, "I got this thing. I'm gonna give you the banner." It's like, the best steak of my life. And I was like, "Wow." But anyway, it'll be exciting to have him. He had some like I said, they said he was king of New York last weekend.
Just busy?
Just doing it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the next day, Becca and I took him out to breakfast, I think, at the Little Grill.
When he was here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was either the next day or like the day after or something, and he was like, "Nick fed me the best steak I've ever had." Like he said it like he was just like looking at the menu and like getting himself Nick fed me the best steak I've ever had.
Straight legend. I'm a legend.
Legend.
In the steak game. I'm a legend in 2 games like Pee Wee Kirkland.
Yo, all you vegans out there, if you're gonna break edge, this is the guy to break it with.
I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Break edge.
I'm gonna, like I said, Thursday I'm gonna cook some steaks out here and make some sandwiches and some other stuff. It's gonna be dope.
Where are you gonna get the steaks at?
I'll probably go to Martin's and get prime.
Gotcha.
Not Martin's, Costco and get prime. Wow, where are you going? Where are you going? What you got going on?
I was just curious about getting that many steaks at once, like where you would go.
How many do you think I'm gonna get, Doc?
Enough to feed some people.
Right, but I'm not gonna like give everybody a fucking steak. I'm gonna get like.
Oh, I thought you were cool.
I'm really cool, but I'm gonna
Not that cool.
Well, I'm gonna get giant ribeyes and then make a chimichurri and slice them and just let it be a frenzy. Just like
Sure, I knew what you. I know. I was just asking where you would get a bulk of steaks like that around here.
If I'm gonna get some prime, I'll probably go to. I might even, you know, like, I don't know if I have enough time, but about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, there was a great piece of meat on sale, like a nice whole New York strip. And so I just bought the whole thing.
Oh, at Costco?
trimmed
Yeah,
it,
I've seen those.
Trimmed it and then cut my own steaks, you know. And for $100, I'm getting like 12 steaks, which right now at Martin's, ribeyes, prime ribeyes are $33 a pound, bro.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if like 10 years from now it's a complete luxury item. Beef. Straight up.
I mean, I kind of agree that it should be because it's pretty detrimental to, you know, the environment and shit going on around. And
I mean, depends on who you ask. There's responsibly raised cattle.
oh yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about large scale shit.
Factory farming's bad on every level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bad. You know, but there's responsible ways to harvest beef.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and we've tried to use the farms around here that, you know.
I'm always like trying to get a quarter of beef. Try to get I get a lot of pork from Garland. It's local, and I get all my eggs. You know, believe it or not, I don't have chickens anymore. I got this couple up on Aiken Creek Road or Blush Road, which is right off of there, and they hook it up with the best, most amazing eggs, man.
Becca's been beating me up over getting chickens.
She wants them. How many can you have in the city?
I don't know, but
There's rules.
yeah, but we don't have a whole lot of space for them. I mean, we have a run that we can stick them in, but it just seems like a lot of work, especially if they're going to be cooped. If they ran around the yard, that made sense.
Why would they run around the yard? So you don't have to like bag them up when people cut grass and shit like that?
Yeah, I don't have to go chase them down. They're not like, you know, it's not like Tampa.
They'll run from the lawnmower, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't think my neighborhood really wants to end up like.
Didn't your neighbor behind you have chickens for a long time? Or this was just a major tarp situation going on back
No, it was a major tarp situation.
a major tarp situation.
No.
Oh, both sides of you at one point. I remember that too.
No, it was just one. It was just one side.
Now, that lady that's right next door to you, she had some tarps going down.
Yeah.
But the behind you did too. Bro, over on the outside of that fucking tree. Anyway, I'm not gonna.
I think if they had a tarp, I think it was up so that they could like be under it and hang out. It
There
wasn't.
was wild tarps surrounding you.
My neighbor is, and my neighborhood is primarily Mexican and South American, and
Do you get wild tacos off of that ever? Like, you have friends that cook?
no, I mean we've had one neighbor that cooked for us. And they cooked one meal for us, and we cooked one meal for them. Or I cooked. It was before Becca moved in, and that was about the end of it. Like everybody works. Everybody's working class, so we don't really like nobody's. I mean, I'm included in that. Like, I don't really spend a lot of time out in my yard chit chatting. But for the listeners out there, I have this lady that lives next to me. She's very sweet, and
She's a big Porter fan.
She be what?
Big Porter fan.
Yeah, she loves me. But her son loves me. I've done a sleeve on her son and almost a leg sleeve on him. I love Brandon. He's good people. But she did not like the fact that the neighbor behind her were, young family trying to make ends meet and stuff. And they had a lot of stuff in the backyard that wasn't very kept. Yeah. And she got tired of looking at it when she was having her morning cigarette. And so she put like the maximum height fence in the city is like 6 or 8 feet, and she had one of those put up, but from her back deck she could still see the yard, and she told me that it bothered her. I was like, well, just don't look at it.
That's what I was going to say. You can look at your yard, or she can look down.
Yeah, you could look at our yard. I don't get it. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't think anything of it. And this is during COVID. She has the fence built, and then like a week or two later, there's a crew out there and in these beautiful hostas bed that her backyard is immaculate. Yeah. And she has this long hostas bed along the fence, and she puts 2 flagpoles on either end and hangs a 30 by 30 tarp.
Yeah.
And and I walk over to her house and I go, what are you doing, hon? And she goes, I go, are you trying to show movies in the backyard? And she didn't like that. But I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, well, I'm just tired of looking at their yard. And I was like, so looking at a big brown tarp is better?
Yeah.
And she did not like that.
But that's why I don't live in the motherfucking city. So that anybody can feel any way about how I live. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm grateful for my wife. I was complaining about having to pick up dog shit. I was complaining about people saying something about where I park. I was complaining about all that shit. And she goes, well, that's how people live here, Nick, and you're different. That's what they do. They want to park in the same spot every motherfucking day, and they pick up dog shit. The concept of picking up dog shit for me was outlandish. We never put a leash on a dog.
I know. Yeah.
They only had a chain collar. For what reason, other than decoration, I have no idea why they had a chain collar. Because we never took them to anything.
You never put a tag on them?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But, she's like, you're the one that's different. You're choosing to live in their world. And I went, God, she's a genius. I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to move. I got to move. She's right. Yeah. This is not for me. And I'm asked.
I definitely remember thinking, like, I can pick my dog shit up. And then I walked through my yard one day and I stepped in dog shit. And this is like when I lived in an apartment. Yeah. Like, oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense for apartment dwellers and other people in the city. For me, it makes no motherfucking sense.
Sure.
I'm going to use my hand to pick up some shit.
You could put a bag over your hand.
Yeah, and then you're picking up shit through a bag. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me, dog. I'm glad it works out for you and all the rest of these motherfuckers. But it's not for me.
Bet you don't like condoms either.
I do not like condoms, bro. They're for sailors and fucking...
Well, they should. They hop around from port to port.
Yeah. They're sailors and bikers and shit. You know what I mean?
What does he say? No, he just says sailors.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they should use them. They hop around on port. Condoms, baby. No.
But I will say... I love Harrisonburg. It's been good to me.
Harrisonburg's been really good to me.
It's been good to us. You know what I mean? It's been real good to us. 25 years, dog?
I would love us to get a venue. I'd like to get a good steady venue again.
What do you mean?
Like music venue.
For music? Yeah. Well, a couple years back, man, they were talking about putting an amphitheater. That would be so ill if we could get like mid-level great acts.
Or even just continue what Harrisonburg has been doing, which is a great middle of the week stop. For like big middle. Yeah. I think it's fucking any genre of music, but I think it's fucking whack that we have these huge fucking convocation centers and shit. JMU, my first year here, they had Nas.
I saw Nas there.
Yeah, and I know that they've had like
I saw Ziggy there. I saw Rob Stanley there. So a bunch
keep going.
Of shows there.
Yeah, and they don't do that anymore.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be definitely a place to see dope music here. R.I.P. the Pony.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know why there isn't. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there's. I heard
We're right the fuck here on 81.
I heard Clementine's having punk shows. Like in the Void. So
That's wild.
Or not Clementine's. What is it? Ruby's? Maybe it's Clementine. Upstairs. Yeah, I think it's the upstairs one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, well, we are right here on 81, and it'd be dope to have. But what I was trying to say is if they were talking about a gap in the downtown development, and they're talking about putting like a thing like John Paul Jones in Charlottesville, where it's like right in fucking town.
That'd be ill.
How dope would that be? Because I saw Nas there with Green Lantern and Damien.
Yeah.
Marley. I saw Levon Helm there.
I saw Outkast there. Outkast and Black Star. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some ill shows there. I saw Snoop Dogg there. You know what I mean? It's like that size event. It's good.
But I mean, Snoop Dogg played in Charlottesville at the Jefferson. That's the size of a movie theater.
True.
Which is fucking ill. I think, like, I don't know about you, but as long as I've been seeing live music, anything like movie theater or smaller, and I'm talking like small town movie theater, like the singleplex size or smaller. Like, I love basement shows. Give me a teeny tiny show. Give me a sweatbox that's not a sweatbox.
Man, I saw Levon Helm with the Jefferson. No, the one across the street. The gold one.
Paramount?
Paramount.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker's drum set was at the front of the stage, right in front of us. Mm-hmm. It was me, Ski, RP, the legend Brian Gray, Nate and Corey. I think it was Corey. I think it was that long ago. Nah, I don't know. And Leah, Brink's friend Leah, her child. That she grew up with Leah. I remember Leah.
Yeah. Wasson.
I think Bone. Skylar was in Florida. Bone came. Anyway, we had like 8 seats or something, maybe 3 rows back from the front, and Levon was fucking right there. So we were just elevated enough to where he could see us at almost eye to eye. And man, he talked to us the whole motherfucking show. His voice wasn't in good shape at the time, but he just kept turning to us and good to see you, brother. Just his energy was super high. He was recovering from throat cancer at the time. Mm-hmm. He had Conan O'Brien's entire horn section.
Oh yeah,
Max Weinberg.
Yeah.
He had LaBamba, all those dudes. He had all those fucking dudes.
Sick.
They had an incredible tuba player. It was super dope. And that was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. And it's like you said, it's in the movie theater size theater.
I saw Levon at Ting, the one at the very end of the mall on the white thing. I saw that there.
Well, that's what I was talking about when I said John Paul Jones. My bad.
Oh yeah, that's
John Paul
the
Jones is the basketball court.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, everything I said I saw there, I saw at Ting.
Okay, yeah, Ting's like.
Yeah, I was at that show too.
That's right. Yeah, we met there.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I think his drum setup was super cool.
Yeah, matter of fact, we parked at your dad's
office. Yeah.
I saw me and Ma and Tony and Bree saw John Prine there with Josh Brown and his wife.
No, sick.
Dawn. Tony and Josh were just going bananas, bro. They were acting up like a motherfucker. It was hilarious. They were just excited to see each other.
Yeah.
They were buddies, and they were just fucking ripping, bro. Just drinking like a motherfucker and going up to the front. And, it was like everybody was seated. So,
these 2 white bearded motherfuckers
just walked up front, bro, and just like, wow, JB, just fucking hype.
Yeah.
And standing in front of all these old hippies that are watching it was fucking funny as shit.
Telling jokes about bicycle spokes.
I saw a bunch of great shows. Anyway, it'd be dope to have like a mid-level.
Yeah. I think it's wild. I love that, like, when you announced that you were going to do Shenandoah Rose with us, the first thing you said is, I'm not going to have bands.
I love live music, you know that.
Yeah. I'm not going to have vendors.
Yeah. But, yeah.
As long as, I've known you as long as I've tattooed and as long as I've been tattooing, like, one of my favorite fucking things is listening to you bitch about vendors at fucking conventions. I love it. And it's so and it went to the sequel when you were telling me what Crow was saying about it at that one convention. That shit's fucking great.
But, it's kind of like the conversation you're having with your dad. Your dad's like, we got to recoup some of this money.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I don't care about money. Yeah. And that's kind of the vendor thing. It's just like, if I put on a full-blown Shenandoah Rose next year, it's a necessary evil, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
However, there's going to be limitations. It's just going to be the way it is. You know what I mean? But this Shenandoah Rose is
something specific.
It's a birthday party for Alley Cat Tattoo, and it's all about tattoo, and it's all about the call. And I say that also, but I don't want to leave out Sarah and Kate because they're going to be piercing, and it's about that too. And they've built a local staple. I mean, they've done their thing culturally for body piercing in this area, and it's dope.
Sarah has...
She's about it.
Yeah. Like, I talked to... she had a rep here from a jewelry company today, and then I've talked to her about, like, all the changes that she's done since we moved here and all the things she's trying to do. Like, I always appreciate being around somebody that wants to better what they do, and I really love that because that's true passion.
Yeah.
She could... Especially in the climate that they've created around here, she doesn't really have to do anything. She could sit on her laurels, but she chooses
that's what everyone else does. And
but she refuses to. Yeah, she refuses to.
And, let's be honest, a handful of these guys that are going to be tattooing are booked. Sarah and Kate are accessible that weekend, and so the local crowd that comes out will be more their crowd. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope, you know what I mean? But
when I said your complaints about or bitching about vendors, I'm not talking about like the cool stuff. I'm talking about the weird stuff. The stuff that's unnecessary.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm just trying not to go into it because you know me.
Yeah.
Once I get started.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out that
yeah.
But then you got Alliance who are like, hey, we want to sponsor Shenandoah Rose, and I'm like, that's incredible. I'll give you this, that, and the third. There'll be all these tattoos, and they're like, no. We just want to sponsor it. We don't want to put up a banner, and we don't want to have a booth. We don't want to impede on the space at all. We just want to support the tattooers that are coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a different fucking thing. And that's Fred, Josh, that's integrity. Like they're just about that event as we are.
Yeah.
And that's the shit.
Those guys are
straight dope.
Solid.
Straight dope.
Both of those guys have continuously surprised me of how good of people they are. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but they ain't surprised me one bit. They've never thrown me a curveball. You know what I'm saying? They've been consistently great. I know you're explaining it differently.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, just been good dudes.
Yeah.
I said it more than once. I thought Bruno introduced me to Fred at one time when he was tattooing on the night before, but Fred said no, that we met some other time. But anyway, fucking great guy.
Yeah.
He's driving up here Wednesday to bring the stuff.
Oh, cool. I'm really excited. I know that I'm going to end up tattooing a lot, but I'm really excited that I do have the option of not doing anything and just 100%. Hanging out and seeing these people.
Well, you don't have to tattoo a lot.
You know me. I don't know how to not tattoo.
Yeah, but I don't want to give the wrong impression. Like, people can walk up to you and say, you got time to do a panther. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be doing that. No, okay, well, then you are.
I mean, we pick a panther off the wall or out of my book. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not going to draw you a panther on the spot.
Yeah. But, Porter's talking about doing party tats mainly, right?
Yeah. I'll do the fuck out of it. I'll do whatever.
We got the anniversary tat.
Yeah, the 25.
The 25. Is there anything else? Are we doing an SR of some sort?
I don't know. I will. I mean, we could do...
Porter's doing math on the table, guys.
I was trying to figure out how to put an SR into that.
Oh, into the 2.5?
Yeah. You could do SRT and then 2.5. Shenandoah Rose tattoo, and that would also have the Alley Cat tattoo logo. Or...
You'll have to drop over. I got what you're saying. But anyway.
I don't know.
There might be an SR. I don't know.
SRV?
Shenandoah Rose.
No, just if Stevie Ray Vaughan came back.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Did you know that Stevie Ray Vaughan's Telecaster was sold to the shop that he bought it from by Christopher Cross, the yacht rock dude.
I did not know.
Yeah, I did not know that either. I thought that was fucking crazy.
So he bought it as a piece of memorabilia, and they brought it.
No, Christopher Cross had this
Where was
guitar.
that?
He is a yacht rock dude.
Okay, you said it. My bad.
And you would hate his. I bet you hate his music. And
I don't hate when y'all do yacht rock down. I'm not bothered until about 2 hours in. It starts getting whack.
Sure.
But there's 2 hours of solid rock.
yeah, okay, cool.
Whatever you call it. Yacht rock music.
He does the one like ride like the wind. Like he sings, like he nicely sings songs about being a rebel.
Yeah.
But he had this guitar and he didn't like it, so he sold it to a shop or traded it to a shop for another guitar. And Stevie Ray Vaughan came behind him and bought it. And the dude was like, "You sure you want to buy this hunk of junk?" And he was like, "Yeah." And that was the signature SRV guitar. Yeah. And that thing looks like it was dragged behind the tour bus.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
beat.
fucking rough.
Well, there's just no finishes left on it hardly at all.
Dude, and Brian Gray made me watch. He was like, "You gotta watch. Just watch this. Just watch this with me." He's like, we were trying to paint.
Was it the thing with Stevie and
It was a whole show, whole concert.
But it's not just Stevie. Stevie's wearing like a Japanese blouse with some fucking kanji on it. But my man, not BB King, but
No,
not Freddie King.
Albert King.
Albert King. That's
No.
his mentor.
Yeah.
And they got a show together. And Brian made me watch that.
No, this was just it was just Stevie Ray, and he,
Sweating it out.
dude, it was amazing. Like he never looked at the guitar, never looked at it. And then at the end of it, Brian, he's like, pausing it to explain why this is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't get it otherwise because I'm not a nerd like him about music. And he's like, he just dropped his guitar. It's completely out of tune. He's going to pick it up and he's not going to tune it. Watch what happens. And he kind of noodles around and figures out where everything is in tune and plays around that.
Nails it. There's a great clip of him breaking the string and them getting another guitar ready for him, and him like taking the guitar strap off and just continuing to shred, and then there just being the slightest break, and during that break, like there's just like an exchange. So like he reaches over and grabs the neck, and then he like is holding with his left hand and extends the neck. And so there's just this brief moment where it's just like this, and he just immediately is playing again, and then the guy comes around and
Straps it.
shit.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's the shit.
Stevie Ray was that dude. I love that motherfucker, bro. How do we get on that?
I was just thinking, I don't think I've ever seen... No, I've seen Eric Clapton live. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen a guitar legend live. But I saw Eric Clapton.
He's definitely one of those dudes.
I was reminded by every fucking douchebag in the audience. Every dude had to come up to me and be like, they called him Slow Hand. Like to the point where we were like, because I was the youngest dude in there.
Where did you see? Like, tell me
Madison Square Garden. Becca was like, I want to get
that.
Yeah. And we.
But people just randos walking up to you and telling you that.
Yeah, because I was the youngest dude. Like as far as they were concerned, I was a newborn baby, and I didn't know who Eric Clapton was. And we were like on our way out the door, and Becca could tell I was like on the verge of just exploding because people wouldn't stop saying the same shit to us.
Yeah.
And this old fella, like, we're standing there, and I turn and I'm, "How you doing?" He goes, "Good show, right?" And I went, "Yep." And he started to go, they called him. I was like, "Yeah, I know. They called him Slow Hand. Slow Hand. I know it. I know. Uh-huh." And he just kind of, and like Becca's like doing like hitting me, like, just shut the fuck up.
Sure.
And then Gary Clark Jr. was also, he was the second. It was Jimmy Vaughn and then Gary Clark Jr. and then Eric Clapton.
Wow.
And we missed Jimmy Vaughn.
He gets it on, bro.
Yeah, he the little bit we heard when we walked into the building was really cool.
Yeah.
But Gary Clark Jr. got up there. Gary Clark Jr. is at this time mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Suit.
Yeah.
Looks real dapper.
He has some joints, yeah.
Yeah, and real beautiful guitar, real stylish, talking very calmly and slick, and playing really smooth music. And this dude turns to me and goes, "Man, he's just like a young Jimi Hendrix." And I just...
What?
Like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, he's about 8 years older than Jimi Hendrix when Jimi Hendrix died. He's wearing a suit. Jimi Hendrix wore what was left over for Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a haircut and a hat. Jimi Hendrix had a bandana and an afro. I mean, come on, man.
He's silly.
Yeah, it was tough. Oh, and I've also seen Robert Plant and Alison Klaus, and that was really cool.
Krauss.
And their band, they weren't doing the bluegrass stuff that they did in No Brother. They were doing more rock and roll. And the band that opened was J.D. McPherson.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole backup band was just J.D. McPherson's band.
Okay.
Like the band, like he just stayed on stage the whole time.
But he's got a fucking hell of a band.
Yeah, we went and saw them in Richmond. Dude, they're a fucking machine.
That was a fun time. I saw St. Paul and Broken Bones, bro. They fucking destroyed.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
They fucking killed, bro. They did their stuff and they did some Otis Redding cuts. Nothing else.
No,
It was dope. I saw that
you love
show.
me some Otis.
Yeah. I've seen some shows. I don't know. I ain't seen none of that shit, but I've seen some shows. I saw Leon 3 times, and it was real dope. And the last time I saw him was in Atlantic City, and he opened for the Crows, and the Brothers came out and did The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down and The Wait.
Nice.
With Levon's band.
Nice.
He had that big horn section again, and his daughter. And
when we saw him live at Ting, they did.
that was over.
Yeah, and then that one.
What kind of man?
Just a fool.
Full in Love, man. What a fucking great song.
That March. Oh, goddamn, that song is good.
Yeah, that song rules. But yeah, that Black Crow show was bananas, bro.
Man, I think if you all are fans of Levon Helm, or you're curious, or if you're fans of Black Crows or you're curious, check all of them out. And if you like it, listen or watch the documentary Cabin Fever. God damn, and The Last Waltz. But Cabin Fever, when they cover that Velvet Underground song, oh my God, that is amazing.
So ill.
I love it. I said, that's the best cover, that's the best version of that song ever. And somebody, not going to name names, went, no, it's not.
Yeah. It's almost identical to the one, though.
Yeah,
it's real good.
so good.
That whole joint is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you folks listening, it's the Black Crows recorded a double disc called Before the Frost and Until the Freeze.
Yeah.
And or maybe the other word.
Whichever way.
But they moved into Levon's house and they fucking wrote all the songs there over a 6-week period, and then they performed them live, and that's the album. It's live. It's all live. It's fucking, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
And Cabin Fever is a simple documentary about that. But it's not that narrated or anything. It's just the happenings, which is
and I don't think there's any narration, and I think it's just like it's just footage.
But it's
watching their bass player like that. I don't know if anybody told you, but the bass he's playing is a Rickenbacker, and it's every bit of like 50, 60 pounds. It's huge. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Or not 50, 60, probably like 40, 50 pounds. It's huge, heavy bass, and he's just thumping away on that thing the whole time, not even bothering him.
So much shredding in that motherfucker. So you know who gets hype on that with me? As John Henry and my man from Brother Hawk. What the fuck's his name? Anyway, the lead singer of Brother Hawk.
Yeah.
He's the homie. I can't remember his name. I feel guilty. But him and John Henry, they fucking love that shit. They go bananas for it.
Oh, you told me about that, yeah.
Yeah. It's real good. I seen some other, we saw Slick Rick in Charlottesville.
That was a great show.
It was a party, bro. His DJ came out and slayed.
Anytime I think about watching a live DJ, I think about the DJ at the Wu-Tang show in Norfolk that we went to, where he was fighting for his life. He was just like, where the fuck are these assholes? Yeah. Shit. Porter, you tell the story, it's like, Porter got fucked up, lightheaded, almost passed out, drank water, sobered up, smoked a joint, got fucked up again, and then Wu-Tang went on.
Yeah. We saw Wu-Tang there, and we saw Ghost Ray and Kappa.
Yeah, they did Only Built, right? No.
Yeah, they did Cuban Link. Yeah.
It was Cuban Link. It wasn't Iron Man.
No, it was Cuban Link, and it was straight dope.
Yep.
Capadonna come out in the fucking bubble vest, bro, doing Winter Wars. Get the fuck out of there. I gotta piss.
All right, you gotta get pissed, folks.
Feels like Queen back here.
Maybe because we were smoking tweeds. Son.
What else you got?
None.
You done, son?
Had to check some shit. No, I
What
mean,
do you think?
I don't know. I can't think of anything else to talk
I
about.
was thinking about the Norva. I saw Bad Religion and Snapcase there. Snapcase was terrible.
Snapcase was terrible.
Yeah.
They just preached the whole time,
Oh,
right?
right. Don't get me started. It's the whole thing. Because Pete is there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Bad Religion murdered, bro. I saw Steven and Damian Marley there. It was dope. Saw Crow Message Show there with you.
Yep.
When they were dope, before they became fucking whatever.
And
the fuck
the
they are.
Dobro player was a dude they pulled out of the audience.
Was it?
Or I think it was either out of the audience or they had like pulled him out of another show and he just followed them there for like one or two shows, like,
You know, they're
country style.
Yeah, exactly. That happened a lot back in the day with small traveling country acts and bluegrass acts and stuff. And again, I'm talking about Old Crow Medicine Show almost 20 years ago when we went.
Absolutely.
I mean, they were a different band than they are now. They're some weird, cleaned up, polished Nashville sound thing now, and that's not my bag. And I can't get into it.
We saw, I don't know if you were with me, but I saw them at the Ting in the downtown mall, and it was not, it was something else. Huh?
It's unbearable.
Yeah, it was something else. The lead singer, firstly, there was this band, the Lumineers,
Lumineers.
that opened. Yeah, I was unimpressed.
Not my bag.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed. And then Old Crow came up, and the dude, it was like seeing another musical hero of mine who I'm not going to name. But it was like watching, he just spent the whole time fucking adjusting his hat and like posing as opposed to just cutting loose and singing and having fun.
And he was so, you talking about catching, he was so good at that, bro. And one of the things I loved about we're talking about old times and how they would like pick up players and stuff. He did something, I saw Old Crow more than once, and he would talk to the audience about coming into town. And he would like, when they played here, he would be like, I'm coming down Route 11, rolling through, and he would mention the towns. He would mention the Mount Jacksons. He would mention the Elkins and the Luraies, and he would go further and mention like Newmarket or Dooms, or he would mention like a little patch of a place, And they did that when we saw him at Norfolk, and they talked about, and in Norfolk, like it's a city, but he's like mentioning places like all through Virginia that they travel to get there, and people are just sparking up. They're just they're getting excited, and when he mentions their place, their town, it's so cool. And they did that, and that's like an old time bluegrass circuit thing to do, Mm-hmm. And I love that about them. Then I'm sure they probably still do that if they're smart, because they know how to put on a show. But it's just not my show no more. It's just not for me.
Sure.
But Willie Watson, he does his own thing. He left, that's part of the reason they're sucking. He's not with them, but anyway. I know I said what I said, but
and you're not gonna go back and change it,
right? But their early shit, I loved it.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of it too, and I think that the success of like Wagon Wheel was good for them, that to bring them into the limelight, because it's like not only do this great cover of this song and made it their own, but they had a whole catalog of music to back it up. Sure. They had a whole album worth of music to back that up, and then another album's worth of music.
And then Greeks, Wah Wah, Iron World, like there's some great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, by the way, people like criticize artists for changing, and of course the artist just wants to see what's next.
Something.
It's not their responsibility to cater to what I like about them. That's fine, and I'm glad. And it's all they have a responsibility not only to themselves artistically, but to themselves financially. Like they have to. What works for that band works for that band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the sound's changed, and just not as into it as I once was. But they're not obligated to me. You know, there's a lot of times where artists are like, people will expect this from you, and it's a tough thing to live up to. Everybody just wants what they want from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you're not a Tool fan, but there's a great song by Tool on one, I forget which album it is, where they had released their first album, gotten that, world renowned, like global notoriety. Second album, global notoriety. I guess it was like maybe their second or third album, and everybody was kind of criticizing them for like mellowing out, and so they did this really hard song that's just kind of asking like the listener, like, is this what you wanted? Is this what you fucking wanted me to do? Like Maynard just turns it around, and like the good thing about Tool is like the person that would probably bitch about their music getting slower would love that song and not realizing it's about me. Yeah,
it's about him. Yeah.
I always thought that was a really slick thing to do.
Yeah, seen a lot of good shows. Norva, shouts to Norva.
I can't think of. I've only been like I was trying to think of other venues outside of here. Like Baltimore, I've been up to a bunch and seen shows.
Seen some shows up there.
Yeah, dude.
Shouts to Seth. Seth's coming down.
Oh, word! I meant to ask if he was going to come around.
And the Pride Distinction Center, guys.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. What's the name of that place? The Patriots. No, is it the Patriot Center? At GMU? George Mason?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I've seen Tool and another band there. And
I've seen some good shows at 930 Club. I've seen some good shows. What's the Alley Cat? What's the other? Not Alley Cat. What's the other?
Black Cat.
Huh?
Is it the Black Cat
Yeah,
you're thinking of?
in DC. I've seen some good shows there.
Nations and Capitol Ballroom. God, I've seen Slayer so many times.
I've seen great shows at the Cat's Cradle, mostly the Veil shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Oh, I have forgotten to tell you this 100 times.
Your girl's going to play a show with Tim Barry.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to...
I see it everywhere. You know
yeah, I keep forgetting to say something.
Real cool. That's like right this week, right?
Yeah, Saturday. We're splitting early in the day. I'm not excited about splitting early in the day, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it'll be great. And it's like a free show, public thing, park somewhere.
I haven't had a chance to look at the details. It's at
Is she a fan of his solo stuff? Does she listen to his record? Because I ain't go front. Like, I liked him, but I'm more of a Veil guy.
Me too. I've tried to listen to that stuff, and it's not my speed.
Some of it I dig, but anyway.
I think she appreciates it.
Yeah.
But the way it was given to her, the way I forget who it was like, hey, look, you might want to keep these dates open. Just to let you know, somebody may be reaching out to you to play a show in Richmond around these dates. And she was like, oh, okay, like, can you give me a little bit more? Like, because she's booking into next November.
Right.
Like, she's trying constantly to keep booked up. And she's like, can you give me a little bit of insight? Because that would really help. And, whether or not I want to do it, like, without saying whether or not I want to do it. And she goes, and whoever it was, don't say anything to anybody, but Tim Barry was requesting you.
Sick.
And yeah, it's super sick.
Yeah.
And she told me, and like, so she told me, and she did the thing that you and Sarah do. Don't fucking tell a soul.
Right.
Because it's not locked in yet, and nobody's announced it, and she wasn't even nobody had reached out to her about it.
Sure.
And so I heard it, I jumped around the room and was super excited, and then immediately went, all right, well, I'm just going to forget that.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll fuck it up.
Yep.
Because there's somebody that you love and care about.
I'm excited
That
for
it'll
it.
matter to.
Yeah.
And you want to tell them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think every time I've ever gotten in trouble for saying something I shouldn't have said, it's because it was good news and I was excited.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You always want to fucking show good shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I'm super excited.
That'll be real cool.
Yeah, it'll make for a long day, but man, I am just so excited to see this. It'll be fun.
We're talking about Cat's Cradle. I saw Strike Anywhere, and Beretta, and a Veil
Wow.
at that venue, Cat's Cradle. And it was amazing, bro.
Fuck yeah.
It was incredible. First time I saw those other two bands, and then I saw Strike Anywhere. I got introduced to those guys through Troy that night, and then I don't know how old Laramie was, but not long after that, we were working on this shop up here, and Strike Anywhere played the fucking Armory. Mm-hmm. And I took my sister. She was not even 13, I don't think. But by then we'd been listening to Strike Anywhere's single or that like 5-track disc for 6 months, and me and Josh and Laramie were all into it.
Yeah.
That was super ill. I saw Lars Fredrickson and the Bastards open for Dropkick Murphys there, and it was fucking
You should tell that story.
ill, bro. So yeah, Troy, my old boss and longtime friend, was like, we gotta go see Dropkick, and we didn't, we were Rancid fans, but I guess novice fans. We didn't know who Lars was by name.
Yeah.
And me and Adam were like, okay, well, Adam is Troy's brother and my dear, dear friend to this day. We were like, okay, we'll drive down there. And we got a late start, and it just didn't seem like it was going to work. And Adam got pissed off. He was talking to Troy on the phone. He got mad and made a U-turn in Rocky Mountain, started heading back to Roanoke. And I was like, what the fuck are we going to do in Roanoke, motherfucker? Fuck that. Turn this fucking, he had that Chrysler 300 at the time, I think. Maybe it might be right now. It's prior to that. He probably had an Acura, white Acura.
He just started piercing when he got that. Just started piercing part time.
He had a white Acura, typical, Anyway.
And then graduating to the Chrysler 300, it all kind of checks the boxes.
So he turns back around. We start, and he gets after it, and we go down there, and he was like, "Don't want to miss Lars Fredrickson and the Bastards. Whoever the fuck with them." And we kind of cracked a joke about it.
Sure.
And this is in the late '90s, and we get to the motherfucking show, and we get drinks, and we're waiting, and Troy was there with Tina, but there was a lot of tattoo people and people from our scene that were there. It wasn't really my scene; it was more their scene, but like the Roanoke punk scene and stuff. And this motherfucker comes out stage with giant fucking mohawk. It's Lars Fredrickson.
Yeah.
Who I'm a huge fan of a lot of his shit. He's got this motherfucker.
But you didn't know about him at the time.
I didn't know about him at the time, and I also didn't know that he had like
solo albums
produced. Well, that was his first solo album.
Yeah, you didn't know that he had those.
No, he didn't have those. That was when that band started.
Oh, okay.
That was the start of Lars Fredrickson, his first tour. But I didn't know that he had produced albums for Dropkick Murphy, like whole albums, and was cool. Like, and the thing that they had together, I didn't even know who the fuck he was, but it was the first Lars Fredrickson and the Bastards album and tour. He comes out and he's like, hey, sorry for the delay, thank you guys for being patient. It's gonna be a fucking good night. My brother died yesterday, and he was a fucking punk, and he would not have wanted me to miss this, and I'm gonna fucking put on the best show I can. But I gotta say that my bass player's fucking uncle, or maybe somewhere closer than that, passed away. And so we're trying to get all the songs learned. Dropkick's bass player's gonna play bass for us tonight. And it's not ideal, but this is fucking punk rock, and we're gonna do that. And we were like, okay. And he was like, and by the way, Dropkick's guitar player got drunk and fell off the fucking bus and broke his arm, and I don't know the Dropkick set, but I'm trying to learn it real quick, and I'm going to play guitar for Dropkick tonight. But the first thing I'm going to do is play this song by Billy Bragg, and he does the fucking Have or Have Not by himself with electric guitar.
That's not his song though?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
But it's their big song on that album.
Yeah.
It's called the Have or Have Not. And
it's an amazing tune.
Motherfucker. That was amazing, bro. But he's doing it like, and then he just stops playing and acapellas the fucking verse. And then he plays the guitar as he sings the chorus, and then the acapella. It was like, for what you can say about looking at a dirty motherfucker with a crazy fucking mohawk, no one ever put more into anything than he was putting into that right there.
Yeah.
It was dope, bro. And I fell in love with Lars Fredrickson and the Bastards and that record and the 10 Plagues of Egypt. There's so many fucking great songs on their albums. And it was short-lived or whatever, but man, that night. And then he hit that song by himself. And then his guys plus Dropkick's guy did their fucking... And every song... The bass player just walked over to the drummer. The drummer gave him instruction on the song, and they fucking played the song. And it was dope as fuck. And then almost the identical thing happened on the Dropkick set, but Lars was going to the other guitar player before. At the end of every song, he would just walk over to the guitar player, and they killed, bro. They just killed. And then they were like, anybody that wants to come on stage, come on stage, and motherfuckers were just kicking it. and fucking, Troy knew people, so we went backstage and we're drinking beers, and it was a crazy dope show for us.
I ended up on stage at a Dropkick show, and I'm pretty sure I almost got fucking punched in the head by the lead singer.
Nice.
Because we were all up there, and there was everybody was passing around a bottle of Bushmills, and they handed it to me, and I took a shot, and I looked over, and the bass player was standing there, and he was looking at me like, "Give me a shot," and somebody was grabbing it out of my hand, and I just jerked it, and I looked at him, and it was the lead singer, and he gave me this look, and I put it to the bassist's mouth, and he was like, okay. Like, it was pretty fucking wild.
That's great.
They were doing Good Rats. They invited everybody up on stage for Good Rats, which was...
I never know how people feel about Dropkick Murphys, but I don't really care. I'm not a fucking card-carrying member, but they got some joints, man, that I...
Oh, they got some great tunes.
Way into.
Johnny B-Boy is such a great anthem.
The first Do or Die, the whole album. You know what I mean? The whole album, Do or Die.
I don't know.
The first one.
I know their albums. I probably know every song on their first, 4 or 5 albums. I just don't know the album in its entirety and what songs are on it. You know what I mean? I've listened to them all out of order. And
that was they've had a couple singers over the years, but that was the original guy, and it was dope. And then whatever anyway, they've got 3 or 4 albums that I'm just all in on, bro.
Yeah.
But that's not my scene, you know what I mean? Like that working class fucking love thy neighbor tattoo, fucking, Irish Guinness drinking. That's not my thing at all.
The Trekkie tattoo.
Right, but they got some albums that I fucking...
Oh, they got great. Their music's great. It's definitely
They got a record with Springsteen, dog. How crazy is that?
Man.
He's one of the biggest artists on the planet.
It fits though. It's all blue collar shit.
100%, but it's just wild to think about.
Man, I heard a song. I have this huge playlist on Spotify. And it's just tunes I like. No, 1 or 2 hip hop songs that ended up on it by mistake, but it's mainly just rock. Nothing crazy heavy or nothing crazy out there. Just kind of more rock. Yeah. And there's a song called I'll Work For Your Love by Bruce Springsteen. It's so good. It came on the other day.
Springsteen is.
And I was like, Ripley, listen to this song. I really love this song. I think you'll like it. And it's just there's a big Bruce Springsteen intro.
Yeah.
And he goes, pour me a shot, Teresa, out of one of those glasses you dust.
Yeah.
And it's whoa. And he goes, I'll watch the bones in your back like the 7 stations of the cross.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, man, it's so beautiful. I'm singing it and I look at my son and he's just
well, yeah, your son can't get that shit.
Yeah, but I was just dude, he's loud, he's happy. And he's just well, whatever, Dad, put on the other song.
Man, I love the motherfucking... the Seeger sessions, man, that shit's so good. I love that stuff, and there's a live thing of that you can watch. It came with, when you bought the CD, it came with the DVD, and it's Springsteen rents this big fucking house in Nowheresville, Pennsylvania. That's 300, as old as a house can get in America. You know what I mean? And he's got this huge fucking band, and he just they just go there and they stay for however long it takes to record all these records in there. They're Pete Seeger records. You know Pete Seeger? Mm-mm. Pete Seeger is the guy with the banjo that said, this machine kills fascists.
Yeah.
Seen that? That's him. And he was just sort of the next thing after Guthrie. You know what I mean? And so, and then the link to Bob Dylan, that he was the middle. You know what I mean? And they're all songs by him. And it's fucking fantastic. It's got Pay Me My Money Down.
Mm-hmm.
It's got,
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's got...
I've listened to that. I didn't know what it was called, but I think it was...
It got Frog You Want Courtin', and it's got...
Old Dan Tucker.
Old Dan Tucker.
It was Old Dan Tucker.
Right.
You played it in here, and I looked it up, and when I didn't even listen to anything, just based off of hearing Old Dan Tucker, I just added it all to that very same playlist.
Yeah.
Because it's all tunes I knew.
Erie Canal.
Yep.
A bunch of great tunes on it. But if you watch that video, that DVD that came with the thing, he'll tell the song and everyone will flip to the song. All these horn players and fiddle players and mandolin and you name it, man. Just everybody. And everybody will flip to it. He'll be like, I'm thinking this, and then they'll start. And everybody's reading the notes, and they're starting, and then he'll like look at the brass section and go, like he's a conductor. And then
Maestro.
He'll maybe bring in the fiddle or the cello or whatever, and then he'll be like push it back, and he'll just like arrange it until he finds it, and then they just fucking do it, and it's cool as fuck, man.
That
Good
sounds
ideas.
dope as fuck. Yeah, I think it was. I was gonna say I think it was Brian Gray who got me into Springsteen.
Brian goes, well, you did a tattoo on
Yeah, I did the door.
to a car, right?
And it was the one about fuck. It was the one about like I don't think it was Born to Run. No, it was Born to Run. It had Born to Run written on the door.
Flames, right?
Yeah, in flames, and then it was in like a tornado. But I think shortly after, because I had a conversation with him about it, I was like, it's whatever. It's Bruce Springsteen. All sounds the same, and he did not like that.
He don't like this shit.
And then afterwards, I got into it.
He was so passionate about things that I wasn't. Like he was a crazy Bowie fan.
I love Bowie, but
I don't even know his songs. I hear it and I'm like, whatever. I know Fame, and I know
Pressure.
I know maybe 4 joints. You know what I mean?
Man Who Ruled the World.
Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't sound familiar. I know the one.
Probably know it from the Nirvana.
From Mr. Deeds. Oh, the Man Who Sold the World.
Man Who Sold the World, yeah.
I know the Nirvana version of that. I know the song they do in Mr. Deeds. Major Tom, that joint.
Ground
But
Control.
I don't even know it, really. I just know what they do in it.
Yeah.
But Brian was like big time Bowie guy.
Yeah, you say he was into stuff that you weren't into. Like sometimes when it was just me and him, and he'd be like, I'm going to play this thing. You might like it. It's a live performance of. He'd be like, wow, dude, they've been doing the same solo for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Brian wasn't that into jam stuff.
No.
But there was the weird band he used to always show.
Between the Buried and Me.
No.
Oh.
The Muse.
Oh, yeah, Muse.
Muse. And he would put that fucking live show on, and it was a guy just running around stage with pyrotechnics and lights, and I didn't get it at all. He was like, you have no idea how complicated what they're doing is, and I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I do not.
He played Muse for me under the precursor that it was your favorite band's favorite band.
Or some of those guys are in the Mars Volta or some shit like that. I don't know. But anyway, that could be. Don't quote me on that. But he also loved Johnny Winter like a motherfucker.
God damn.
Yeah. So much great shit. I love and miss Brian Gray so much. And this is like the 3rd time we've talked about him, and it's the first time since he died that I didn't immediately feel pain when he came up. So thank you for that.
Oh, of course.
Because for us to be able to talk about him like fun, because that's where I'm at with like pop and like certain people. Like I talk about him, Benny. I talk about him in a celebratory fashion because that's what they deserve. Sure. And I've been trying to get there with Brian so much. And I feel it's just gut punch every time. This is the first time because we've talked about him like 3 times in this conversation, and this is the first time I just felt great about it. You know what I mean? Not to say I'm getting over his death, because I never will. Sure. But just to say, like I'm ready to celebrate him more, because man, he means so much to me. Means currently so much to me. Not that he meant something to me. He means so much to me. That's my brother, and you know him well. He loved you, and you guys had a great friendship outside of ours, and.
I really enjoyed working with him. He was a lot of fun.
Smart and just great.
My favorite thing is that he never ran out of like tricks that he could do. Like as long as we worked together, or anytime I saw him, like there was always something that he could bust out to make me laugh. And like a great example was one day he just randomly said something to me in like Schmiegel's voice. And I mean, it was something Schmiegel wouldn't say. It was probably pretty inappropriate too, but it was fucking hilarious.
He did a great Cartman.
Yeah, and he would just do like
do the King of the Hill stuff.
Yeah, he would do something and be like, "Oh yeah, you didn't know I could do that? I can do that." And it was just
I could do it perfectly.
Yeah, he would just have it hidden in his back pocket.
Not a braggadocious guy at all, but goddamn, so talented. Goddamn. I used to tell people, like, he can sing kind of like somewhere in the, like, I don't know, man, like, he would get in the Robert Plant pocket, but he just has such a great blues voice. Mm-hmm. What a great guy, man. The best fucking guy.
Yeah, I really my favorite night ever is the night that it was the morning we woke up at your house and it was like a foot of snow, and he drove me in the Sunfire to the shop because we couldn't go to my house so I could change, so we went straight to the shop. And we had to tell Jason he had to come in. Yeah. He was furious. Yeah. And we spent the whole day telling people, like tattooing. We tattooed until 4 o'clock, and then we were like, all right, we got to turn people away because we need to get out of here. The roads are freezing. And then we ended up at B-Dubs, and there was a dude from New Orleans going up to Baltimore, and he looked like Lil Wayne, and he was throwing money around. Yeah. And he ended up getting locked up that night. And I was like, what the fuck was that all about? And Brian was like, he was on his way to Baltimore to buy drugs. That's why he had all that money. And I was like, fuck, he's getting arrested. And he goes, yeah, because he's the dumbass. They were like, we'll give him a bunch of money, send him to Baltimore, he'll fuck up, get locked up, we'll never see him again. I was like, what the fuck? He goes, you ever watched the Hood movie before? Jesus Christ. And then we walked back to my apartment, and he fell in a snowdrift. And when I pulled him out of the snowdrift, he immediately sobered up. We were hammered drunk, and he stood up. He towered over me, and I stood him up, and I was like, I don't think I can get this human being back to my house. Like, this is too much man to move. And he stood up, and he went, where am I? Why am I so cold? Am I drunk?
He was a party guy that could take care of himself.
Yeah.
Very few times I saw, and he partied like a motherfucker. Very few times I saw him like not capable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we were really drunk, but it wasn't. Don't get it twisted. He didn't like.
But what I'm saying is he'll take responsibility for himself.
Yeah.
And get himself there.
But he didn't like. He was drunk and having a good time, but he didn't like stumble and fall. We were walking through snow. Yeah. So he hit an unsure step and went down, and it all hit him at once. And
that cold.
Boom! He fucking stood up and he went, okay, we got to get back to your apartment. I just need to go to bed.
Brian got as ridiculous as the rest of us. Me, him, Skylar, and Robin really, really partied, man. Mm-hmm. A ton of music and a ton of nights. We did a ton of nights when you were there and 25 other people were there. We did a ton of nights where it was the four of us. You know what I'm saying? But I always knew Brian was shit-faced when he would ask for a cigarette. Because he didn't smoke and he wasn't into smoking. And he would turn... Which you had some years like that as well. Oh, yeah. He would ask for a cigarette. But, man, he would turn to Scott and he'd be like, let me get a cigarette. And I would just look over at him and like see him like pulling up to his lips, and we'd make eye contact, and his eyes were just not only were they floating in his fucking, but they were just glazed. Yeah. Like, oh, Brian's there.
Yeah, Brian has arrived. Yeah.
But man, he taught me so much about cooking, and cooked so many great meals for me and with me, and man, so glad to talk about him and not feel desperate.
Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Because that's so much. Anyway, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. I'm going to go eat a second dinner, and I'm going to bed early tonight.
Another round of McDonald's, or are you doing something better?
I might hit the DQ. Fuck no, man.
Sheets, man? Sheets?
No. Who knows what I'll have time for.
Do you still hit the sheets by the crib?
No.
Never?
I mean, if I'm in a pinch or if I'm leaving, like
hit that, make sure you have gas, and then hit the interstate kind of Charlottesville kind of way?
If I have Ripley, we go to Sheets because he can pick out his drink, he can pick out what he wants on his food, like he can pick it on the screen. Yeah. He loves doing all that stuff, and plus, like, I'm showing him how to pump gas, so he enjoys doing that. So It's kind of like for the next 6 months, I kind of just guide him through there. But then after that, it'll be like, just go get me this, Dad, and I'll have to drag his ass in there. But yeah, like I'll get food there if it's like, we need to eat and we need to get on the road.
When it opened when we lived over here, and we hit it hard for a while, and then one day, man, I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And you and Bob were eating it regular.
Well, I was still eating it regular because when I was working at Finnegan's, it was the only thing I could eat at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
And I get that.
And I don't know if I became addicted or I just, like, it was back when they were like MTO or whatever, and they had a burger that I just fucking loved it. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, it, checked all the boxes before I had to go to bed at sunrise, Man,
how hard is that to fucking work till that late and then just have to go to bed? Like you just...
Terrible.
Yeah, it sucks, man. You really need to like drink a couple beers, wind down, but you don't have the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be up till 6.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We could. I mean, you couldn't at that time period. You couldn't because you had to be at work at noon, and a lot of times I had to be right back in that motherfucker at 9 to work until 4:30 until I got off at 4:30 and then drove immediately to the shop.
Wild style. Anyway, Shenandoah Rose. Anything else you want to say about it? This is out a couple days before.
Everybody, if you're coming, help me with this. If you're coming, is there like a link to like where to stay and all the stuff? Like all the things, all the places.
Yes, there is. Yes.
Cool. Is it on Instagram?
It will be.
It will be. Okay. Cool.
Well, there's a website, and we'll start putting that out probably first of the week.
Cool.
But not, it'll have where you park. It'll have where to eat. It'll have places we recommend you shop. It'll have everything. It'll have everything.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's like Shenandoah. Anyway, that'll come out before this.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll definitely be a link. And if you're coming, welcome.
Please come. Please come check it out.
All over, son.
Yeah. Please come and please go to everything that doesn't have that's not a chain and enjoy a lot of the local shit.
Well, that's what that website's for. We have a ton of great local stuff. Go to places where you can spend cash. And cash is king for sure.
Yeah, our downtown's got so many great fucking restaurants, and
it's not far from us at all. And
yeah, and then if you drive past almost any parking lot around here, there's a great food truck.
Yeah,
right down the hill, we got a great Mexican restaurant. And then there's also great places to go shop. We've got a great downtown for it.
To speak to the event itself, the number of murderers,
killers,
not just on the. Not just on the roster working, but I mean, in the building, on the premises,
it's
en route, in the lot.
It's gonna be like fucking Alcatraz in this motherfucker. Just killers, just everywhere.
Yeah,
murders.
Anyway, thank you very much for doing this. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Tell folks where they can see your tattoos and get tattooed by you, and Master P will be doing some party tats at the fucking show.
Oh, yeah, Jacob. All right, so you can find me at Porter_Electric on Instagram. You can find me at Alley Cat tattooing on Red Hill.
In
reality. And, of course, across from Andrew Connor, Trevor Smith, Jake Hockman, Brian Tiger, and Vito with Sarah and Kate. And then, what else? And then we got Shenandoah Rose. Go to at Shenandoah Rose.
At Shenandoah Rose. What I was saying is you'll be doing some.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I totally spaced that.
Party tats.
Jake and I will be doing party tats in the closet. In the closet.
R. Kelly on loop.
No.
But yeah, so if you happen to be ready to get a Shenandoah or Alley Cat 25 tattoo, Mr. Porter and Mr. Hockman, they might be laying down one or a couple dozen of that.
Yeah, I'll do, if you're cool, I'll do as many as I can.
Yeah, if you're cool.
Yeah, if you're cool.
All right, friends. Follow No Lies Just Bullshit on Instagram. And this comes out right before Shenandoah Rose. It's the Shenandoah Rose on Instagram. And all the updates and stuff will be there. And we're going to have a great time. We're looking forward to seeing y'all there. Peace.
No lies, just bullshit.